Thursday. Porro, Dragosine, Gray and Spence continuing at left back. Udogie's on the bench. Sarr and Bissouma, Kulusevski, Morrison, Son and Solanke. As I say, unchanged. Tottenham naming an unchanged team for the first time for over a year in all competitions. Sam Barrett blows the whistle and it is the home side, Tottenham Hotspur, who get us underway. White shirts with the dark blue sleeves, dark blue shorts and white socks. They love a strong start, Tottenham, and they're already on the front foot. Spence to Son, ball into the middle, and Solanke with a little touch there that wasn't enough. I think it was the faintest glance, and actually it goes out of play. I thought it had gone for a throw-in.
No, because he was offside.
Oh, he was offside.
Yeah, Sonny was offside from the first initial pass from Jed Spence. But it was a good start from Tottenham, you're right, John.
Yeah, typical of them. And Liverpool with Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson. Robertson served his suspension in the League Cup on Thursday. Then Gravenberch, Szoboszlai and McAllister, Salah, Gakpo and Diaz. So 7 changes for Liverpool from Wednesday night at Southampton in the Cup, but just 1 change from the team that played in the league last weekend, that exciting 2-2 draw, which I hope you were listening to last Saturday afternoon with Ian Dennis and Chris Sutton. It was a real thriller. And here it is Tottenham who win a goal kick as it's played by Porro onto Gakpo and the ball bounces through for a goal kick. So Fraser Forster to take this, and he doesn't waste any time over it. He takes a quick goal kick for Dragosine to take it away from the penalty area, and actually strong challenge by Gakpo wins it back. Now here's McAllister central, McAllister through to Salah, a flick back to McAllister, might still beat McAllister, but no, Dragosine just steps in. It was very intricate from Liverpool and it wasn't far off coming off.
No, it wasn't, you're right. And if Tottenham are going to keep playing out from the back like that, they're going to get punished, because Liverpool are one of the best teams in the Premier League that press.
Long ball from Van Dijk, but that's over Salah, and it's all the way through for a goal kick. Mo Salah, who if he gets a goal today, he'll be at the top of the Premier League goal scoring list on his own. He'll be above Erling Haaland, and Forster has kicked it straight to Salah, and Salah shoots wide from the angle. Well, first opportunity for Fraser Forster in possession in his 6-yard box. He passed it to Salah, who was in the box 10 yards away from him, chested it down and shot wide, and that is a massive let-off for Forster and Tottenham.
Yeah, it's a big chance. Let's see if he does it now from the goal kick, because he's waiting. But this is how they want to play. He's got to be better. He's got to be comfortable. And if you're going to play out like that, John, overhit it. I'd rather you kick it out of play if you want to do it like that. But it's a great chance for Salah. I think it's just come too early for him. He really should be hitting the target.
And it's almost... You can barely believe that Salah did not get the shot on target. It was from an angle, right side of the penalty area, but he pulled the shot wide. I mean, there were defenders there as well inside the area. So it's a snap shot. That, as Clinton says, maybe if we'd been more than 3 minutes into the match and Salah was in the groove, but that's an escape, and you know, in some ways that is Forster picking up from where he left off on Thursday night, unfortunately for him and Spurs, as Tottenham with Gray, Archie Gray clearing it away, throw in for Liverpool. Dragosine there heads it away. Gravenberch is over this. Now Liverpool with Alexander-Arnold, deep cross all the way across the penalty area to Gakpo. It was above Diaz, then back to Robertson. Robertson's ball in, that's headed away by Dragosine. Spurs are on the rack here, and then Luis Diaz with the shot across goal. He was coming in, cutting in from the left-hand side, but the shot was wide of the far post, the low effort, by a couple of yards. So it's another goal kick, Clinton.
It can't get out, John, but I understand wanting to play out from the back, but sometimes try and get in your own half and get up the pitch, so you can at least get out the pitch and you're stuck in your half. But Liverpool are brilliant. The way they set up and are ready to go and press Tottenham, they're going to find it difficult all afternoon to come out.
Forster takes this goal kick square to Gray, who's in the area. Salah's all over him. I mean, Liverpool clearly have prepared for this, and you know, Tottenham look nervous. Forster looks nervous. It's not just me, is it?
No, it's not just you. You're right. He does look nervous. And I said, after making 2 big, huge mistakes, you are going to be nervous.
Now it's Liverpool, and Liverpool at the other end. Alisson showing Tottenham how to do it.
That's a goalkeeper that is very good with the ball at his feet, but that's what he's used to doing it. Fraser Forster's not used to it.
That's rubbing it in, isn't
Yes,
it?
It is rubbing it in, you're right.
When Tottenham looks so nervous at one end, then it goes back to Alisson, who's almost blowing his fingers as he does that. Now Robertson tearing down the left-hand side, his cross hits Porro and it bounces behind. I think it's slapped him in between the legs, Porro, and Robertson. I think they're laughing
it's a
about
sore
it
one,
together.
isn't it, John?
Yeah, it's a sore one. That's what it is.
Oh, it's a sore one.
It's a sore one. And they have a little chuckle together, and there's a low five between Robertson and Porro. But it is a corner. So Tottenham have had their difficulties, haven't they, from set pieces? But Trent Alexander-Arnold, when he gets his delivery right, that would cause problems for any defence. And it's a packed 6-yard area. This is 5 Live and the World Service from the BBC on this cold December afternoon in North London. And we're looking down on Alexander-Arnold, who takes this into the near post. Oh, it missed. I think it was Gravenberch at the near post. It was over him, blocked by a defender, comes back. Alexander-Arnold up to him, but he's got too much on that. Cheers from the Tottenham fans, probably of relief as much as anything else, as it bounces through for a goal kick.
Yeah, you're right. It's a great ball in from Trent, and there was a big scramble at the front post, and they just managed to deal with it. Then second ball goes out of play.
So we'll have more reaction, more interviews from the earlier 4 matches in the Premier League that we've been bringing you today. Not a single home team has scored in the Premier League.
That's crazy.
It's in the 4 matches, 4-0 in the home column as Dragosine downfield. Alexander-Arnold's able to head that away. 2 matches continuing as well. Still Hearts 2, St Johnstone 1, which would leave St Johnstone bottom of the Premiership if it stays like that, and West Brom still 2-0 up on Bristol City in the Championship. Tottenham 0, Liverpool 0. We will hear from Ruben Amorim, by the way, I'm hearing. So the Manchester United manager will be on at half-time on 5 Live after there. Do we call that a shock defeat? 3-0 at home to Bournemouth?
Yeah, I think losing 3-0 at home is a shock defeat. If they had lost, no, it's not a shock, because Bournemouth have been in good form, but not 3-0.
So it is Tottenham with Bissouma. And then little Pedro Porros quickly onto the ball. High pass. Son does well to keep that in. He was almost over the line when he chested it down, but now he's set off towards the penalty area, but he tried to slip the ball between the legs of Alexander-Arnold. He was able to block it, and then Bissouma gets there ahead of Salah on the halfway line, and Tottenham have got it back inside their own half. I am going to go to the Saracens Northampton match. Normally you'd do this when the ball would go back to a goalkeeper, but because it's Fraser Forster, we better just hang on. And he's chipped it out. He's chipped the pass out to Jed Spence, and he gets a round of applause for it from the Tottenham fans in the South Stand behind him. Spence is tackled by Gravenberch, and now it is Bissouma who's able to give it back to Archie Gray. Square from him. The left-sided central defender as he is for the time being, with Van de Ven and Romero both on that long injured list. This is Bentancur's last match, by the way, of his 7-match suspension, so he will be available, Bentancur, for the match at Nottingham Forest on Boxing Day. Again, good from Forster with a more confident delivery, and Tottenham building. Maddison now from Sarr out to the right. Kulusevski involved in the action, really for the first time. His cross, it's deflected to the back post, headed away by Alexander-Arnold, comes out to Maddison on the edge of the box. He gives it to Son to his left. Packed Liverpool penalty area now. Son back to Maddison near the dead ball line, and then he gets a real shove in his back from Alexander-Arnold, which sends Maddison to the ground. But referee Barrett says goal kick.
Yeah,
Liverpool.
I think he was looking for that, James Maddison, and it was just inside the box. Oof, I have seen them given, John.
It's right on the line.
Right on the line, look. I think it's more of the shoving than the right foot, but it's not going to get overturned.
No. 9 minutes played. Tottenham 0, Liverpool 0. It's a Liverpool goal kick, so I think I'm on safe ground to cross to Adam Whitty.
Saracens have seen off the Saints' comeback. A 5th and 6th try. Jamie George and Ben Earl scoring them both have made it to 36-12 for Saracens with 70 minutes gone. George peeling off the back of them all. Earl powering through centre field to score under the post. Saracens 36, Saints 12, 70 minutes gone. Hopefully no mistakes while I've been talking, John.
No, you're right. You're on safe ground. Tottenham 0, Liverpool 0, and Liverpool with Alexander Arnold. Alexander Arnold's cross into the near post. Salah's after this. Oh, little touch, saved by Forster. Szoboszlai with a shot, and that was blocked by Sarr on the edge of his 6-yard area. There were two defenders there, Sarr and Dragusin. I think it was Sarr who threw his body in front of it. But that touch from Salah. Well, the pass, first of all, from Alexander Arnold.
I'm glad you said that, John. The pass from Alexander Arnold is fantastic. No one saw that in the ground, and touch from Salah is brilliant, but big save from Fraser Forster. Great block from Pape Sarr as well.
Yeah, and also, by the way, in the United Rugby Championship, it is Glasgow 33, Edinburgh 0 at Hampden. Liverpool with the ball inside the penalty area. It's laid back to the edge of the box. Basuma just stretched and got there, and then Solanke, I think, was caught. He was by McAllister, who says he was claiming he didn't touch him, but it's a free kick to Tottenham halfway inside their own half. And that match, that Glasgow-Edinburgh match, being played in front of 27,000 supporters at Hampden. So seemingly, though, Glasgow on the way to a comfortable win. That was a 3 o'clock kickoff as well. 10 minutes played here in North London with the lights brightly on. Gomez heading it away, Solanke against his former team, one of his former teams. But Liverpool are able to play it downfield, and Spence, running onto this, knows that he's got Salah behind him, and that's nice, confident play. He thought about the ball back to Forster, but he thought again, Clinton, and then nicely took it out towards the flank.
Yeah, he started well, Jed Spence, so far. Comfortable in possession, getting in good positions.
And now Tottenham move it away on the right-hand side, but the pass from Sarr was overhit. He was looking for Kulusevski ahead of him, but Alisson was quickly out after he overhit the pass. And then Porro, unforced error to head that out of play for a throw into Liverpool on the far side of the stadium.
If Ndoggy was fully fit, I'd probably have played Spence right back and Ndoggy left back. But I just think at the moment in Pedro Porro, he's just short of confidence in his defending.
Well, it's another option now, isn't it, for Ange Postecoglou? Who, remember, he did say, didn't he, last season, Ange Postecoglou, that he grew up as a fan of Liverpool. And Tottenham, with Dragusin playing it back to Forster, who's going to get rid of this first time. Big cheer for that as well. Just the long pass, first time touch to the halfway line. Kulusevski battling for it with Robertson. And then Szoboszlai has Basuma all over him, and that is given as a free kick to Liverpool.
He started well though, John, Basuma. He's been aggressive, and you have to be when you're playing against Liverpool in midfield. He's won crucial tackles, and I think he started the game ever so well.
Yep. That's Clinton Morrison, of course, with us here at the Tottenham Stadium. Clinton, goal scorer in the Premier League, international goal scorer for the Republic of Ireland. And one of our listeners, Clinton, Adam Thompson, Charlton fan, will be very happy that you're sitting next to me. He sent an email to the Commentator's View this week saying he's a big fan of yours. Here's Alexander Arnold playing a bit to the edge.
That's when I'm with you, though, John. I think that's when I'm. I think he's a fan of both of us.
Don't undersell yourself. It's not like you.
I know it's not. I've changed since I've got older.
Son playing it infield. Maddison advances back for Liverpool. Alexander Arnold does well. He teases Maddison there and took the ball away from him, and then a little one down the line to Gravenberch, who's going all the way cross field to Gakpo. Scored in both matches against Tottenham last season, Gakpo, and then his ball into the area. Spence does well against Salah, the two of them tussling together, physical, but it bounces through for a goal kick, which they take quickly. Yeah,
he gets his body in well. It's just the ball was just overhit, to be fair, and you can see Spence, he usually likes to get forward loads. He's not getting forward as much, John, because he knows Salah doesn't trap back and there'll be space in behind, and he'll be one-on-one with Gray, but he's defended well so far.
Tottenham 0, Liverpool 0. 13 minutes without a goal. Shock. Here is Kulusevski down the right-hand side. He's got Van Dijk with him. He's going to use Sarr behind him. Then it comes back to Basuma with his left wrist strapped. Oh, that's a poor pass though from Basuma. Liverpool could be away on the counter-attack here. Szoboszlai to Salah, but it lacked a bit of pace, didn't it, the pass forward. So Tottenham, all of those white shirts are suddenly back in position. So no goals yet, but I have to say I do like the feel of the match.
Yeah, there's a good flow, John, you're right. there is a flow. Liverpool are dominating at the moment. Tottenham can't really get one or two possessions. That's why I think Maddison and Sarr are crucial to try and get on the ball, because Basuma's doing a really good job protecting that back four.
Liverpool coming here with this 20-match unbeaten run behind them since their only defeat under Arne Slot which was the 1-0 home loss to the excellent Nottingham Forest. We didn't really know it then, did we? But winning 1-0 at Anfield, that was a real indicator, wasn't it, of where they are this season. But since then, 20 matches unbeaten, and Liverpool, obviously, that was at Anfield, have not lost away from home yet under Arne Slot. Long ball forward for Diaz. Diaz has got the better of Porro. Now just a little touch back into the D, and then the shot from Gakpo, which was wild. It was set up for him by Diaz, but Gakpo sent it high over the top of the bar.
I say it, John, Porro, not strong enough. It's like one diagonal ball. Go and deal with the football. You've got to be aggressive in your defending.
And Cody Gakpo, who has scored 9 goals this season across all of the competitions. Ball forward for Kulusevski now down the right. Robertson's trying to catch him, but it's Kulusevski against Robertson into the area now. Still going. McAllister put a foot in there, and then it's back for Sarr with the shot, left-footed, which bounces low and wide of the left post as he looked at it. Alisson dived down to his right, but I think he was confident it was going wide from Sarr.
And that's what Porro is good at, playing those balls in. And it's happened twice now. Robertson's got to do better. It's like Kulusevski's coming short, sucking him in, and then going in behind. And it's good play from Kulusevski, because once he's in the box, you can't touch him. And it's a poor shot in the end from Sarr, but it gets the fans cheering and off their seats.
Yes, I was watching Ismaila Sarr for your old club, Crystal Palace, yesterday, who, even though Palace ended up losing that 5-1, they had their moments, Crystal Palace.
They did, John. They could have. Yeah, I just don't think they were aggressive enough with Arsenal, but they did have moments, and he's in good form, Sarr, you're right.
Yes, he is. So Sarr yesterday, Sarr today, as Tottenham, Kulusevski tried to flick it forward, but coming back from an offside position, but referee Barrett allows play to continue because Liverpool have got it, and it's Alexander-Arnold stepping well forward, now back to Gravenberch. And the young Dutchman just has a little look up and then chips it onto the chest of Gakpo. He gets it down to those greeny coloured boots of his. And then Robertson back to Gakpo. Gakpo running at Porro. He's past him. Ball into the near post. Bismarck, McAllister. Shot from Salah. That's blocked. Another shot. That's blocked as well. They had 4 men back in there, Tottenham. And sheer weight of numbers. Salah couldn't find a way past with either effort. And now they break away, Tottenham. Son's got his head down. And he's running into the Liverpool half. And he runs into Gomez, who puts it out of play for a throw.
Salah probably should do better, but you know what? It's great defending from Jed Spence. I think he makes 2 big blocks here. The first one I'm thinking, yeah, is it? And he blocks it twice. The first one, Salah doesn't, he kind of scuffs it. He doesn't put his foot through it, but good defending against Jed Spence. But it's too easy for Gakpo to get his cross in against Pedro Porro.
Jed Spence, he's blocking it twice. Tottenham give it away, and now Diaz. Salah again, it's very tight. He might find a way through. Hits the crossbar with the shot. There were 3 defenders there. Bissouma, Gray and Spence, and somehow the brilliant Egyptian found a way through. His feet were a blur and it clipped the top of the bar on the way over.
Yeah, you're right, it's great feet. He's got Bissouma, Spence, Archie Gray. They can't get a tackle in and he hits the bar. Great feet. But again, in midfield, John, they are so sloppy in possession, Tottenham. They don't have a midfielder who can get on the ball and dictate the football match, and that's why they keep giving it away.
Tottenham 0, Liverpool 0 remains the score here, but there is a significant goal threat all over the field for both teams. Here's Gakpo again. Gakpo cutting in field. There's the overlap from Robertson. Robertson gets the cross all wrong, overhits it over everyone inside the box. However, Alexander-Arnold keeps it in on the other side. His cross is deflected. I think it went behind the white line. Yes, it did, before Fraser Forster gathered it at the near post. So it's a corner for Liverpool from the right-hand side this time.
He has to track Kulusevski. He has to help Pedro Porro, because I know he wants to stay high, but one thing with Liverpool fullbacks, they love getting forward. So Son has to track Trent, and Kulusevski has to track Andy Robertson.
Already, still in the first 20 minutes, but for Tottenham, that's got trouble written all over it.
With a capital T, you're right, John.
Yes. Corner for Liverpool from the other side. So this is going to be taken by Robertson, and they are crowding Forster now very much. In comes the delivery into the 6-yard box, but onto the head of Solanke, who heads it away. Szoboszlai, whose hair seems to be getting longer as the season goes on, but I suppose that's what happens if you don't cut it. As Gray heads it out to Kulusevski. Kulusevski in field, and now Sarr is strong there as he had to be. And then a long pass by Madison downfield, and Szoboszlai in on the challenge on Son, and Son goes down, but the ball had gone but the referee says no free kick. That's debatable. And then Alexander-Arnold's ball through the middle. Diaz might have been offside. Still Diaz to his left to Gakpo. Gakpo's ball across. Oh, that's a brilliant clearance.
Flag up, Lan. He's offside.
Yeah, he was offside.
Way offside. Put the flag, and the referee, it's a foul. Do your job. It's a foul. Son's gone past Summarised, and it's a foul. He does catch him. They do frustrate me. I know it's a hard job being a referee, John, but come on, everyone here can see it's a foul.
That was at the other end when it was, Szoboszlai on Son, and Szoboszlai went to ground, and then Son tries to hurdle him and go past him.
It was the first bit of contact. It was the first bit. Yeah, he misses it. He catches him. It's a foul there, John.
All depends on angles, doesn't it?
Oh yeah,
if you're the referee. We've just seen it there from 3 different angles.
Yeah, you're right.
That the referee hasn't had, but even so, from up here with one view, from our angle, it did look like a foul, but it wasn't given. And then at the other end, Archie Gray didn't know. He had to play to the whistle. That was a brilliant clearance.
Outstanding. You're spot on, John. He didn't know. He doesn't know that the flag's not going to go up.
Tottenham 0, Liverpool 0. Son now cutting in field. Little ball to Kulusevski. Might have broken back to Solanke if it had on the edge of the box. He would have had a clear run into the penalty area. Now a long one forward for Alexander-Arnold to chase. Alexander-Arnold for Salah to chase, but Archie Gray, the teenager there, was able to get there. Archie Gray against the great 32-year-old Mo Salah, and Gray came out on top. Now Morrison down the line at the other end for Son. Gomez, though, is able just to tap it with his right foot to Alexander-Arnold. End-to-end stuff, still 0-0.
It does look like Liverpool have an extra player, though. They've got so much time and space in midfield. McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, and they're dominating in there at the moment. You do think it's only a matter of time, but Tottenham, the back four, they've defended well.
Liverpool, who will be top at Christmas now. So they'll be top after 16 matches played. Yet we always seem to place such importance, don't we? Well, they're top at Christmas, or they're bottom at Christmas.
Yeah, we do.
If Christmas wasn't there, as Alexander-Arnold plays in, diving header, it's in! It's Luis Diaz. He had a look to see if the flag would be raised, but it wasn't. And Luis Diaz, who was denied here last season so controversially when Tottenham won, well, he's got his revenge here. A falling diving header in the 6-yard box, and it's Tottenham 0. The leaders, Liverpool 1.
Yeah, they can't deal with Trent. It's poor defending from Dragusin. I don't know how you're the centre-half and you've just let Diaz run off you, but it's a fantastic ball from Trent Alexander-Arnold, and an even better from Diaz. But Trent started this game fantastic, but poor defending from Dragusin. You have to stay with your man and you have to see him, but brilliant header from Diaz, great ball from Trent Alexander-Arnold.
But still the question is whether he was onside.
It's miles onside. Dragusin doesn't know he's behind him. Between Dragusin and Porro, they've started the game terrible. The 2 youngsters, Gray and Spence, have started well. M2 nowhere near good enough. Yeah,
Dragusin and Porro are both on the right-hand side of the defence, but as Clinton said, that ball in from Alexander-Arnold, it was asking to be headed into the net, and that's exactly what the falling Luis Diaz did. Beyond the back line, as Clinton says, Dragusin was nowhere, and it's Luis Diaz who hits double figures for the season. 10 goals now in all competitions. He's actually not scored, Clinton, since his hat-trick against Leverkusen. But Tottenham at the other end break into the box, and Solanke's ball is slid behind on the interception by Gomez. Liverpool 1-0 up, but Tottenham with their first corner.
Yeah, good play from Solanke, but good defending from Gomez.
Corner is taken short for Tottenham. Porro gives it back to the corner taker, Kulusevski. Kulusevski on his left foot shoots a cross goal, and it flashes away beyond the far post and behind for a goal kick for Liverpool, who lead by 1-0. That Diaz goal coming midway through the first half. I think the full-time whistle has gone in the Championship at the Hawthorns, Aaron Paul.
It has. West Brom 2, Bristol City 0. 2 excellent goals from Mikey Johnston in the first half. Sent Albion 7th. They could have had more, but it has finished here at the Hawthorns. West Brom 2, Bristol City 0.
And also full-time in the Saracens-Northampton match in the Premiership, Adam Whitty.
Yes, Saracens into third, 39-24 victory, 6 tries, 19 points from fly half Fergusberg. Northampton have lost their last 3, and I tell you what, their title defence is hanging by a thread. Full time, Saracens 36, Saints 24.
And also full time is Glasgow 33, Edinburgh 14 in the United Rugby Championship. Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1. Luis Diaz, the goal scorer. And here is Gakpo. Another assist for Alexander-Arnold, who's sliding here to keep the ball in play, but as he slid off the pitch, the ball then rolled over the white line, and it's a throw into Tottenham level with the edge of their own penalty area. Spurs with Gray and Spence, and then back to not only does Liverpool have it again, Salah, that's nice, Luis Diaz, left foot shot, Forster goes down to his right, gets his hands to it, just stuns it, kills the ball, and is able to get up and overarm it out to Spence. Jed Spence now, he's asking for options and has actually played it into Alexander-Arnold. And the Liverpool supporters, 2,500, 3,000 of them in the corner, in great voice, watching their team 1-0 up here.
Hiding, Tottenham players are hiding. I shouldn't say that, but it looks like Spence gets the ball, not one person's come and given them an option. They just look like they're devoid of ideas at the moment, and Liverpool have been outstanding. 25
minutes played. Well, that's a worry, Clinton.
It is a worry.
From a Tottenham point of view, but not for Liverpool, who've got their tails up. Salah into the penalty area, he's got those 2 young defenders there, Gray and Spence, and between them they've played it off Salah and out of play.
2 young boys have done well, John, the Gray and Spence. They've done well. They can be pleased with their work so far.
Tottenham with Morrison down the line, did well to pick that pass past Gravenberch and Alexander-Arnold, and then Son back to Sarr. Here is Morrison again, and it's been a difficult last 10 minutes or so for Tottenham, during which time Liverpool have scored the opening goal. Liverpool, who are looking now to go, well, it would be 4 points clear as the ball is played over the top, but Morrison on the chase, it bounced through to Alisson. Gravenberch, Liverpool on the move again. This very much is what they do under Arne Slot, and they did it under Jurgen Klopp, didn't they? There's no let up.
Yeah.
They go 1-0 up and they're at you again. They're going 1 goal up, they're going for another goal.
Yeah, they're relentless, and as soon as they get the ball and start with Alisson, they just break and they look, can we find our frontmen?
As in comes a challenge to concede a free kick. Morrison, he is putting his palms up there to the referee. Gravenberch felt that, was still on the ground, just came in at pace. He took the ball, but he took the man as well.
Yeah, it was the follow through. Madison does get the ball, but it's the follow through that catches Gravenberch.
So Liverpool getting I would hesitate to call it an all-important first goal because of the recent matches here in this stadium and how topsy-turvy they've been, but I can tell you that when Liverpool have scored the opening goal in matches this season under Arne Slot, 17 times, how many times do you think they've gone on to win out of 17 when they've scored the opening goal?
15.
It's 17, Clinton.
I shouldn't have known it was that. I was
17.
just trying to be clever, but I should have said it.
Alexander-Arnold, left-footed, Robertson, left-footed delivery into the box, that's headed away by Dragusin, comes out to Szoboszlai on the edge of the area. Here's Salah on the right, Salah's ball across, Tottenham defenders jumping at it, Dragusin went for it, didn't make contact, cleared partly away, Szoboszlai against Spence, Szoboszlai lifted it in all the way across the box, volleyed back in, Solanke away, and it comes out for McAllister. Liverpool really going for that second goal here. Now again to the left-hand side, in comes the ball, and Gravenberch at the near post. Tottenham struggling to get it away. Pedro Porro then does get it down and he chips it forward to Kulusevski, who can't keep it in, and it's a throw-in to Liverpool. They're hanging on, Tottenham.
They are hanging on. Solanke's got a problem, I think, where he's just made a block in the box. He kind of got a bit of a head injury there, and he just needs to stay down because his team are under massive pressure. Just take a couple of minutes just to slow the game down.
Yeah, I mean, it was frantic, last-ditch defending from Tottenham.
Yeah, it was. Salah puts the ball in, and I think Solanke in the end gets it. Dragusin deals with it as well, and they keep it alive, Liverpool.
Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1. 5 Live in the World Service from the BBC. Offside flag up against Liverpool, so it's a free kick to Spurs. There will be a 6:06 tonight, the final one before Christmas, with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton. I'll let you know when the lines are open. They should be open at half-time. All of the day's football details will be on the BBC Sport website and at the football pages for all of the matches that have been played. Highlights, match of the day tonight on BBC One, anytime on the iPlayer. And of course the Football Daily podcast will be available to review the Premier League weekend. Here's Solanke now, down the left-hand side, a rare Tottenham attack. Son, Solanke back in possession. And then the offside flag eventually comes, and it's a free kick to Liverpool on the edge of their own box.
Yeah, I just think Sarr and Basuma are so similar. They're two midfielders who just want to win the ball but never look to go forward or pass forward, and you can hear the Tottenham fans getting frustrated because they want their team to play at tempo, but it is difficult against a good Liverpool side who are in fantastic form.
Yeah, and they're doing it again away from home. 1-0 up. Only twice before, all the great Liverpool teams, only twice before have Liverpool been unbeaten away from home at Christmas in all competitions. Gravenberch now, forward with it. Here's Gakpo. Gakpo just little interception by Sarr, and as Sarr was looking to break away, Gakpo, who's on the ground, just flicked the foot out, caught him, brought him down. It's a free kick, and it's a yellow card for Gakpo, the first Liverpool player to be booked. Incidentally, Gravenberch is one yellow card away from a suspension, so he is, I'm sure, very much aware of that. So it's a free kick to Tottenham. Dragusin goes for the long pass downfield, looking for Son down the left wing, but Alexander-Arnold got up, headed that forward, and it's out of play for a throw-in that Maddison's going to leave to Jed Spence. Arne Slot down there, as I say, on this cold afternoon. He's got a sort of thigh-length black coat on, but it's open-fronted, no hat on his head, and there's a real edge of coldness in North London this afternoon, and that wind as well swirling around. I think it's worse in other parts of the country. Over half an hour played here. Jed Spence going to take this throw, just spinning the ball in his right hand, waiting for some movement. Son does make himself available, plays it back to Spence, and in comes the tackle from Szoboszlai, which deflected off Spence. It's a throw into Liverpool. McAllister centre field. So I hear some Tottenham fan down there shouting "wake up," and I think that will be the feeling, frustration from some of the Spurs fans. They just can't put any sustained pressure on Liverpool because Liverpool are too good.
Yeah, they're too good. Listen, sometimes you have to hold your hand up and say you're playing against a team that is so superior to you, and that's what they are at the moment, Liverpool.
Yeah, building on the confidence that comes with a 20-match unbeaten run, and they've scored in every match this season in all competitions, bar that one defeat at Anfield against Nottingham Forest, continuing that run today. Dragusin putting his foot on the ball and playing it to Porro to his right, then back to Dragusin again, who just spins the ball on ahead of himself and then hits it downfield, but Gomez comes across, heads it forward. Dragusin again up to Kulusevski, who's scored in the last 4 matches. He's brought down by McAllister, and I think
he was in there.
The ball was played, but the referee had just said, hang on a moment, because Liverpool, McAllister had kind of looked to delay the restart, and he was going to play the ball over the top for Son, but the referee's brought it back, and the free kick is taken again. Sarr out to the right-hand side to Porro, who tries to curl it forward for Kulusevski, but that's asking an awful lot of him. Robertson gets there first comfortably. Robertson sent off against Fulham last weekend. Left-footed ball into the centre circle. Diaz, the goal scorer here this afternoon. Diaz gets it down, uses Alexander-Arnold, then Diaz makes an overlapping run around him down the right-hand side. Diaz, who is all energy. He has got some metabolism, hasn't he?
He has, non-stop. Everything he does is like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. And Gomez now has really not been tested so far by Tottenham. Back to Diaz on the right-hand side. So for the time being, Salah's got a position on the edge of the box. Jed Spence just got a touch on that, so Tottenham have got it back. Son, though, suddenly closed down Liverpool, working incredibly hard. Son there, his options were immediately limited by 2 Liverpool players. But Spurs still in possession. As we've got 10 minutes to go of the first half. Long and forward from Sarr. This is for Morrison to chase, but it bounces down into the right-back position. Morrison against Gomez, who does really well. Comes in with a tackle, dispossesses Morrison, then plays it forward. Szoboszlai heads it back to the edge of the area, and then McAllister swings it to the left-hand side. You know, for everything they've done this season, this must be one of Liverpool's best performances.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, you're right, John. They look brilliant. They 1 and 2 touches, the defending there. Maddison thought he had time. Gomez too strong, too quick for him. They've been excellent.
Yeah, and here's Alexander-Arnold now on the right-hand side. And not only that, they look as though they're enjoying it as well. 1-0 up. Difficult match, this. Unpredictable match. But they've taken it by the scruff of the neck. And now Szoboszlai receives it from Gomez. An excellent pass forward from Gomez. A touch from Diaz. Now it's Gakpo again, running at the Tottenham defence. Plays it back to Robertson. Lifts it in left-footed. Szoboszlai with a header. Another chance. A second goal for Liverpool. It's headed in the 6-yard box. Alexis McAllister has doubled the Liverpool lead. And you have to say, they fully deserve it. Yeah. Tottenham can't live with them. Yeah, Tottenham 0, Liverpool 2.
You're right, John. It's not good. And I don't know if Fraser Forster could come out earlier and get this, because I think Jed Spence and Archie Gray go for it, but it's brilliant from McAllister. He's the one out of all the midfielders who react. I don't know where Basuma is, don't know where Sarr is, but they're non-existent at the moment, even though Basuma. But it's brilliant play from Liverpool. Great balling from Andy Robertson, and they just react. McAllister reacts. Szoboszlai goes with it, and it's McAllister who reacts. And it's a simple header. I don't know if the goalkeeper can come out early enough, but it's a brilliant header from McAllister.
Possibly so.
Yeah, comes out too late. If he's not going to come and get it the first time, I think he should stay on his line, and then he's got a chance of saving it, John.
Yeah, and both Spence and Gray went for Szoboszlai.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
But Szoboszlai got his head to it, and as a result of that, the space just nicely opened up for McAllister to arrive there in the 6-yard area, and it was the simplest of tasks. When, you know, even at this sort of level, just to keep calm, Clinton, you'll have been in there in those sort of situations.
Yeah, it's a good header. Yeah, it's a good header from McAllister. Outstanding header. Even though people say it's an easy header, you got big Fraser Forster in front of you. Just a calm header.
So 1-0 becomes 2-0. 23rd minute from Diaz, 36th from McAllister. And it's very, very hard. And I know we've had the matches that we've had here over the course of the last few weeks, but it's very hard to see this Liverpool team in this sort of form, playing like this, letting this slip. As Gakpo actually passes it all the way through. Robertson was on his heels, and it's a goal kick for Tottenham. And the Liverpool supporters, I think, already celebrating the prospect of being top at Christmas, which they certainly will be. We knew that in advance of the match after the 0-0 draw for Chelsea at Everton.
It's too deep there, Maddison. I don't want my number 10 picking the ball up that deep. He needs to be closer to Solanke. That's why they can't get out.
Kulusevski, now Basuma plays the ball ahead of Son. Son will get to this, and Son's first time cross across the 6-yard box. There was only Solanke arriving. In any case, the offside flag is up, and it's a free kick to Liverpool. And it has been comprehensively Liverpool's first half, and eventually the goals did come. And Arne Slot down there, just with a couple of instructions for Mo Salah, who's standing 7 or 8 yards away from him. Ball back to Alisson, and then forward from Gomez. Dragusin actually wins it back from Luis Diaz. Maddison now to Son. Son shoots wildly as Alexander-Arnold just came in, I think leaned into Son as he was shooting, and as a result shot wide.
He has to be better. He hasn't been nowhere near it this season, John. I'll be honest with you, Son, he's the captain, the talisman, and you look at his performance, they've been really flat, and you expect better from him, and I've seen the same again.
Yeah, it's been flat all over the field for Tottenham after the thrills of Thursday night. Unchanged team. Here's Spence in an advanced position, but Alexander-Arnold. I mean, Liverpool are winning battles in every part of the field. Basuma to take this throw. It's just another day in the life of Tottenham Hotspur this season, isn't it?
It is. You take 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back. That's the story of their season.
Yep, the proverbial roller coaster.
Yep.
And at the moment, after the high of Thursday night, they've gone down one of those big dips, and here are just being outplayed by the league leaders. 2-0. Dragusin to Bissouma. Bissouma just curls a pass to Porro. Tottenham do have it inside the Liverpool half here at least, but then through Bissouma, it's back to Dragusin, and then Archie Gray. Bissouma comes all the way back in between the two central defenders, gives it to his right to the Romanian Dragusin. Now it's up to the Swedish international Kulusevski, but Van Dijk was tight on him, got the ball, and then Szoboszlai rather carelessly gives it away, and it might open up here for Tottenham. They desperately need something, Spurs, preferably before half-time, a goal back. Son attacking forward. If they do get a goal back, and it's only 2-1 at the break, then that's a result for them with the way the match has gone. Maddison on the edge of the area, slips it infield looking for Solanke, too many red shirts, and then the shot from Sarr, which was straight at Alisson really from 22, 23 yards. It was dipping, but Alisson just scooped it up.
No, but that's better. Some more positive. Maddison playing closer to Solanke, and then you get an opportunity. Maybe you should slip it to Porro, but it's a shot at goal. Oof.
As Maddison takes the ball up, and Maddison with a chance, he scored! James Maddison does give Tottenham the goal that they needed before the break. Spurs won it back.
Yeah, he wants a foul, McAllister. I think he wants the foul on Kulusevski, but I think Kulusevski wins the ball. I thought it was the foul the other way, but other than that, it's clinical from Maddison. Van Dijk's not happy, but that's what they needed, these Tottenham fans. Yeah,
Van Dijk is speaking with referee Barrett. It was Kulusevski who put a challenge in on McAllister.
It's not a foul, it's not a foul. He's made the right decision. McAllister took a bad touch. He's stretching over Kulusevski, and this goal will stand. Maddison gets it and he just whips it into that far corner. It's a brilliant finish from James Maddison, by the way.
It was, edge of the area, picked this spot, bent it, and I mean Alisson actually, in the end, didn't dive for it. I think there were a couple of defenders perhaps in his eye line, but super finish. And the Tottenham players here are saying to the crowd down on the pitch, the Tottenham players waving their arms up and saying, come on, give us a bit of support here, that's what we need. And there wasn't any prospect of it, but they've come up with a goal, Clinton.
Yeah, it's a mistake. It's a bad touch from McAllister, and he's trying to stretch out. And once he stretches out, Kulusevski does well. And the finish from Maddison, as I said, is brilliant.
And now, though, Liverpool with an excellent ball forward. And this is for Diaz to run onto it. And he's in the area and he shoots. Two defenders are there and they block it. The offside flag was up against Diaz. And the Tottenham players, I think, are getting frustrated with these late flags.
It's him, though. It's this linesman, this side. That line over the other side puts it up early enough. I know if it's tight, John, you're meant to carry on, but that's not tight. He's about 4 yards offside.
Yeah, it's Lee Betts who is the assistant on this side. So it is a free kick to Tottenham. And we have a scoreline. I think I would call it a surprise scoreline of Tottenham 1, Liverpool 2, after James Maddison's 8th goal of the season, all of them in the Premier League as well. 8 Premier League goals, which is an excellent return before Christmas.
That's good.
Very good. Alexander-Arnold forward. Now McAllister with a touch, but back to Bissouma, and Bissouma, and back to the edge of the area. And now the Tottenham fans, suddenly there's a bit of belief around the place. But the crowd are like the team.
They are.
The other night at 3-0 up here, Clinton, they were singing Ange Postecoglou's name.
Yeah.
Then suddenly it was 3-2. Here's Gravenberch forward, Szoboszlai, and suddenly Liverpool have hit a rocky patch, and Tottenham here really have got to seize the moment. Carpe diem.
Yes.
Kulusevski, take the chance because there might not be too many in this match. Kulusevski pulling it back. He's on the left-hand side here. Kulusevski, crucial contribution to the goal after his challenge on McAllister to win it back, and then Maddison stepped in, sort of sidestepped on and hit that lovely shot from the edge of the area, but the Tottenham attack, this one breaks down and it's through for a goal kick. Yep, he's been in the goals, hasn't he? Scored 2 last Sunday in the win at Southampton, scored 2 of the goals at Manchester City, didn't he?
And he hasn't played a lot, he's been left out quite a bit. And listen, he has played a lot of football, but not as much as he probably would have wanted to, and getting subbed early on, but it's a brilliant finish. But that is when he's in that 10 role, John. Don't want to see James Maddison picking the ball up off the centre halves. Get in that 10 role where you can cause problems and score goals.
Yep, of his appearances this season, 6 of them have been as a substitute. And all footballers, you included, Clinton, all want to start every match, don't they?
Of course you do.
Szoboszlai for Liverpool, bring it out towards the right, and then Bissouma's in with a tackle. That's good again in terms of the effect that it has on the crowd. And Ange Postecoglou just a few yards away, in the right on the edge of the technical area, claps his hands as well. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 2. Stay with us, by the way, at half-time on 5 Live. We're going to hear from Ruben Amorim, the Manchester United manager, after their 3-0 home defeat to Bournemouth. Their supporters will be on the way home listening, I'm sure. Bournemouth 5th in the Premier League. 5th in the Premier League. Bournemouth. The highest they've ever finished in the league is 9th. So what a season they are having. And Manchester United down in 13th in the table. I did have a look after you mentioned it. They are still 10 points above the relegation zone.
Okay, they'll be all right then.
But even so.
Exactly.
We've got 2 minutes of added time here. Alexander-Arnold did well to keep the ball in, actually, as it was played across to him by Gravenberch and then headed forward by Szoboszlai. Salah's under this. They've got 2 men over Liverpool. Salah slips it back to Szoboszlai, through the middle, under the keeper. It's 3-1. Liverpool re-establish their 2-goal lead. Ruthless on the break. I'm not sure where the Tottenham defenders were there. Liverpool were all over them. Salah could have gone one way with his pass. Cleverly, though, went to Szoboszlai. And a lovely finish from the Hungarian. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 3.
I'm not picking on him, but Dragoson's decision to go out and try and win the header against Szoboszlai, it's the wrong decision. Just stay there, because if you stay there, once you've gone and you can't get back, because he wins the header and then Salah does brilliant little reverse ball to Szoboszlai. Great finish, but it's poor defending again from Dragoson. He's the most, probably him and Porro, the 2 experienced there, and them 2 have been the 2 weak links so far in the Tottenham defence. But unbelievable pass from Salah and a great finish from Szoboszlai.
Well, Tottenham were back in it for 7 minutes, I think.
It's a kick in the teeth, John, because you saw Ange just throw his hands in the air, because there's 2 minutes of added time. You go in at 2-1, it's a different conversation in the change room. Now at 3-1, got it all to do again.
Yeah, the Tottenham roller coaster went up, and now it's gone.
And that is Tottenham, again. Isn't it, John?
It is. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 3 now. And Szoboszlai in the area when he finished it, probably 12 yards out. Forster racing off his line, but he just cleverly slipped it under the dive of the goalkeeper and into the net. And Szoboszlai makes it 3-1. But Tottenham now well beyond what was given as the minimum amount of added time. But this attack comes to nothing, and boos from the Tottenham supporters. Yeah, there were
just a few boos, and I think if it had gone in at 2-1, it would have been a different reaction. But got to defend better, mate. Dragoson, you paid a lot of money for him. Nowhere near good enough defending. Nowhere near. Goes into areas where he doesn't need to go as a centre half, and then he gets punished. So it's little mistakes that are costing Tottenham at the moment. But Liverpool, John, have been outstanding in this first half.
Is that unfair of Tottenham fans to boo?
I don't think they're happy. I think they're just disappointed with the way these teams play. I think if you lose a football match, but you're on the front foot and you're pressing and they can see things going the way, but they have to realise they're playing against the best team in Europe at the moment, in my eyes, in Liverpool. So it may be a bit harsh, but fans pay their hard-earned money, John, and they're not happy. Yeah,
it looks very much as though Liverpool are on their way to their 21st win in 25 matches under Arne Slot, and it looks like Tottenham are heading for what will be an 8th Premier League defeat of the season. Liverpool excellent for the most part. Diaz, McAllister and Szoboszlai, their goal scorers. James Maddison got the one back for Spurs, which briefly made it 2-1. But at half-time here, Tottenham fans disappearing into the stadium, inside to the bars, and you can probably understand why. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 3, the score.
I imagine, Clinton, that the booing there, I mean, 3-1 in some ways is worse than 2-0 because of the fact that, as good as Maddison's finish was, they were gifted a way back in, and then just as quickly they have gifted a Liverpool a way out of it.
That's under 15s defending, that is, Crossy. It's nowhere near good enough. And you know what? You've just got back into it. There's 2 minutes of added time.
Yeah.
Just be nice and solid. Get to half time. You haven't deserved that goal, but you've managed to get back into it. So it's a different conversation. And then you're just so open. And you can tell me, Anja, it's entertaining football, but entertaining don't get you results at the moment. And it's not. And you're way too open. And you're playing against a Liverpool team. I understand if it's not but this is the best team in Europe at the moment they're playing against. So you've got to be a bit streetwise and a bit sensible.
And even, it says a lot about Liverpool, I think, doesn't it? Even having made a bad error. I mean, the fact that one team has conceded playing out from the back and it's not Tottenham is remarkable enough on its own. But they're just so slick. And I know Tottenham have created their own problems again, but they don't half make so many other teams look so average.
No, yeah, you got to give credit to Liverpool. Liverpool are a top team at the moment, full of confidence from the goalkeeper right up to the front players. They're fantastic. They've got 1 and 2 touch, the way they press. Crossy, I had to watch in the first half and thought, did Liverpool have an extra man? There's extra bodies in midfield, and the tempo that they play at is ridiculous. So huge credit to Arne Slot and this Liverpool team, because they've been excellent so far in this first half.
Now, I don't know John Murray, but I think you might not be a fan of X's top at Christmas. That's my read from that first half commentary.
No, it's not that I'm not a fan of it. All I'm saying is we attach significance to it, whereas, why should we attach significance to where a team is after not half of the season?
Well, I'd say you'll love this then, which I learned from our colleague James Horncastle, which one could apply to Ange Postecoglou. In Italy, they do the same thing for manager sackings. So they say, will manager X get his panettone or not? So that's how they do it, you see. So we're not the only ones, John.
Yeah, but some leagues do actually. Where is it?
Bundesliga, Halfmeister.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. For that, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's fair enough. You're halfway through the season.
Yeah, well, no, I see what you mean. I understand. Anyway, Liverpool 3, Tottenham 1. John Clinton, thank you very much. Obviously, we'll be back for second half commentary. Let's go back to the Alexandra Palace, shall we? PDC World Darts Championships. What's coming up this evening, James Gregg?
There's some big hitters coming in this afternoon session. You'll notice that all the sound effects behind me have completely gone because the arena is empty. The mass clean-up operation is kind of halfway through, I would say, at the moment. That's amazing to watch in itself. This evening, though, Steve, world number 11, Dimitri van den Berg, is last on stage against the 22-year-old Irish star Dylan Slevin. That could throw up an upset. That's my tip anyway. Prior to that, Dover's Ross Smith, who won a big Players' Championship title earlier in the year against the Filipino Paulo Nebrida, and a Geordie lad, Callum Rides, opening the evening against the German 22nd seed Martin Schindler. And the main event, the headline act, is two-time world champion Gary Anderson getting his bid for a third Ali Pali crown underway. The Musselburgh man is a big crowd favourite, so he's going to get this Sunday night crowd going, I'd suspect, Steve.
Thank you very much, James. Premier League scores: Everton 0, Chelsea 0, Fulham 0, Southampton 0, Leicester 0, Wolves 3, and Manchester United 0, Bournemouth 3. We will bring you as much reaction as we can squeeze in before second half commentary at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, including Ruben Amorim on the way after the news on 5 Live with Jill McKenzie.
The voice of the UK.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
The 9-year-old boy who was killed in an attack on a German Christmas market has been named. Andre Gleisner died after a car drove into crowds in Magdeburg on Friday. 4 women were also killed and around 200 people were injured. The German government's promised to investigate whether security services could have prevented the attack. The suspect was reportedly known to authorities because of his social media posts. The Bishop of Newcastle has again said the Archbishop of York, Stephen Cottrell, should resign. It's emerged that while Mr Cottrell was the Bishop of Chelmsford, a priest accused of sexual abuse was twice reappointed to a senior role in Essex. Stephen Cottrell's previously said he was deeply sorry he'd not been able to act against David Tudor before the priest was suspended in 2019. He says he regrets his handling of the case. And around 100 flights to and from Heathrow Airport have been cancelled because of high winds. Ferry services have also been disrupted across the Irish Sea and along the Scottish coast.
On BBC iPlayer,
I'm going to share a story that barely seems believable.
Keanu Reeves tells one of the greatest underdog stories in Formula One.
You either push to the limit or you're nothing.
Brawn, the impossible Formula One story.
We push to the limit.
Watch on BBC iPlayer. This is 5 Live Sport
With Steve Crossman.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Away from the Premier League, full times in the Championship, West Brom 2, Bristol City 0. In the Scottish Premiership, Dundee United 0, Celtic 0, and Hearts 2, St Johnstone 1. So Hearts off the bottom, replaced by St Johnstone. Manchester United lost 3-0 at home to Bournemouth for the second year in a row today. They'll spend Christmas 13th in the table. Bournemouth are 5th. Ruben Amorim has been speaking to Mike Mainay.
After the result is a tough day for our fans, for our players, for all staff, for all the club. It's really hard as a club, Manchester United, no matter what context, to lose 3-0 is really, really tough. So we have to improve. There's some good things in the game that you create a lot of chances, different from the first game, different from Everton, and we managed to score 4, but then concede again, set pieces, and then you feel it since the first moment, the first goal kick, you feel the anxious. The supporters are anxious, the players are anxious. It's a really, really hard moment, but we have to face it. And we already knew that is a difficult moment, but we will try to win the next match.
Was it a case of taking chances this afternoon? Because at 1-0 down, right at the end of the first half, there were those 3 big chances for Bruno that he didn't take. Had he taken them, it might have been a different story today.
Of course, and you can feel it in the game. But then after the penalty, like similar from the game of Tottenham, they scored 2 goals like in 3 minutes, I think. And that kill us. In this moment, it's really hard. And then the rest of the game is suffering with the players, with the fans in the difficult moment. But of course, if you score just 1 goal before the halftime, the game should be really different. We don't concede much. You see the result. If you don't see the game, you think it's a different game. We have to manage to score some goals to calm down everybody, the fans and the players.
The statistic tonight is that Manchester United will spend Christmas in the bottom half of the table for the first time since 1989. Now, I know that's not on you. You're new to the club. So you've had 6 Premier League games. What's your assessment after those 6?
First of all, it's on me because I'm Manchester United coach, so the responsibility is on me. And I want that responsibility. We already knew that is a big challenge. It's really hard for our fans. I know that, and we know that. So we have to improve, to think also in long term, but understanding that you are in Manchester United, you have to prove every day. So we will try to do that, and the best thing is to focus on the job and to focus in the next game.
Ruben Amorim speaking to Mike Mainay. Lines open for 606, so you can call now. 08085 909 693. Once we're done at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, we'll be leaving you with Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage. Afternoon, Rob.
How are you, Chris, Steve?
Chris?
I know, well, sorry.
What am I supposed to say? Oh, well, Robbie, you're better than that. That's what I say, isn't it? Yes, good, thanks. I mean, what about that at Old Trafford?
Unbelievable. We talk about managers having systems, sticking to those systems, but a 3-4-3 blatantly isn't working for Manchester United. They haven't got the players who fit it. Xerxes starts as a 9, I think, because I'm looking at the formation with Højlund on the bench. Xerxes for me is not a 9. I know he's got a few goals, but again, it's a manager coming into a league, great success at Sporting, but just goes to show, Steve, how hard the Premier League is. And
how hard it is to come in the middle of the season as well.
Yeah, with those players, they might finish mid-table next season as well. So it's a massive, massive summer. How much money is there to spend? What players will go out? Because with that group of players, Manchester United will finish probably mid-table again next season. That's the difficult situation he's got. And then watching this Spurs game. So Chris, we'll have this debate on 606. Listen, I loved Ange Postecoglou's interview after the Manchester United game in the week. I thought it was refreshing. I thought it was brilliant. But do you think Spurs fans now getting their cups of coffee and tea at half time and saying, "Oh, this is a brilliant game. We're really entertained, but we're 3-1 down. But do you know what? It's great. It's fun watching this." Listen to Clinton. Clinton was spot on. As a manager, as I currently am, 16 points clear.
Sure.
You're not in the game, and Clinton and John were spot on in commentary. You're not playing well. You've got the goal. 5 minutes, 3 minutes before half time, right, just get into the break, reassess, 2-1 down, yeah? It was 4v2 in the attack in the last 2 minutes of added on time. Surely, you go against your principles, you go against your philosophy and say, listen, let's just get in at 2-1 down, reassess, and then we go again in the second half. Absolute ridiculous from Spurs.
So you're saying Ange out, Savage in? It sounds like
I'm
that's
not saying, listen, he's a good manager, but it's surely, why can't people see it? He's a brilliant coach. You've got to see it. But listen, Spurs fans are entertained. Chris Sutton's entertained. 08085 909 693.
Cheers, Chris.
Cheers, Pete.
Robbie and Chris will be with you for 6:06 once we're done at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. More reaction. Sean Dyche's Everton held second place Chelsea to a 0-0 draw at Goodison Park. Here's the Everton manager with Gary Flintoff.
Well, Sean, there was a bit of the old school about that, but how proud were you of your players today?
There's no old school there. That's new school, defending like that. Breaking passing lanes, breaking attacks. You can't do it now from old, ways. You've got to do it with the modern tactical side and defending in our shape and working and being diligent to the shape. It would have been a tough one on them, I think, if we'd have nicked it, but we could have nicked it. That can happen. And equally, it would have been probably tough on us if they would have nicked it. So I think in the end, the point's about right for both teams today.
Of course, a big week for the football club off the field. I mean, you clearly are the gaffer, but in terms of the new gaffers coming in, have you had chance? Have you even had time to talk to them as of yet?
Yeah. I had a good meeting, very simple meeting, very casual meeting, sharing thoughts on their side, my side, what I've learned from being here. A nice bit of dinner with them, which I really enjoyed. Really nice people, and just sharing. I'm under no illusion. You've got to win games. You can be as nice as you want, and I can be as nice as I want, but you've got to win games. That's my business. That's what I've got to do. But they also made it clear they're fully supportive of me and the situation and what we've been through. So that was pleasing to hear.
And I know you won't change your ways, but clearly you're very clearly defined in the way in which you go about your business. But would you like to sit down with them and talk about your own future at some point soon?
No, that's all to be decided. I've never made a big issue of that. I'm still not. Everton Football Club, what we're trying to do here, that's far more important. Everything else lands on your lap in due course. But as I said, I'm under no illusions of any other than they've got to win games.
So Everton are 15th after that, 16 points, 4 points above Wolves in 18th. Chelsea, 35 points from 17 games, so they're second, 2 points above Arsenal, and they are going, as it stands, 4 behind Liverpool at the top, with Liverpool leading Spurs 3-1 at half-time. Let's hear from Enzo Maresca.
Yeah, the condition and also them, they are a tough game, they are a tough team. The way they defend is top, they don't concede many chances. And then you have to deal and you have to learn to play different kind of games, second ball, channel, set pieces, throw-in. So I'm very happy with the point, especially because I expected this kind of game and this tough game always.
Do you think a lot of your players, particularly the younger players, have learnt a lot from this experience today?
Yeah, that's why I was a bit worried, because you have to learn to play this kind of game, that they are not just how good play the team, but then you have to work hard, to show togetherness off the ball, and they were brilliant.
There is Enzo Maresca. One other score to bring you up to date with that full time in the Gallagher Premiership. Saracens 39, Northampton Saints 24. Looks like we're ready for the second half at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Clinton Morrison and John Murray.
Yes, the Liverpool players are doing their warm-up routine before the start of the second half, all round in a circle, high kicking, look full of energy, and the Tottenham players just gathering around into a huddle. I know that we've seen all manner of things from Tottenham this season, Clinton Morrison, but it surely has to be too much to ask that they can force a way back into this, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, because this is a different Liverpool team. As I say, we were here a few weeks ago with Chelsea, but you just felt Tottenham could get a goal at any time. It was a mistake why Maddison scores, but the next goal, and this is big, if they get it, this place will start roaring, John.
It will. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 3. Thousands of people still yet to take their seats. Where are they?
The posh sandwiches, that's what they're getting.
As Delia Smith said all those years ago. So Liverpool kick off in the second half. Red shirts, red shorts, red socks, with the white numbers on the back, and Tottenham, their first choice colours, of course, here in their home stadium, the white shirts with the blue trim, blue shorts, white socks. Off they go on the first attack of the match, but Sarr claims that he was fouled centre field. Referee Barrett's not having that, and then Gravenberch is shoved over by Basuma, so that's a free kick to Liverpool. Teams as they were at the start of the match. Forster in goal for Tottenham had one awful moment early on in the match when he presented the ball to Salah, but I think he's recovered himself somewhat despite the 3 goals that have been scored past him. Back four of Porro, Dragosine, Gray and Spence, Sarr and Bissouma, Kulusevski, Maddison, Son and Solanke. Liverpool on the attack. Dragosine just sets himself and clears it away on the edge of the area, volleys it to comparative safety. Liverpool, though, back in their groove already. Robertson, really lovely ball infield to Diaz, who tried to turn it back out to Gakpo, but beyond Gakpo and out of play for a throw to Spurs. And Liverpool with Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson. Then Gravenberch with Szoboszlai and McAllister. Jones is on the bench for this one. And Salah, Gakpo and Diaz. And I think it is a little bit of a concern for Tottenham, who've got the ball inside their own box, but great as well. Actually turned into danger, but then turned back to safety and left Luis Diaz on the seat of his pants inside the penalty area, out of play for a throw into Spurs. The concern, I think, for Liverpool is that Salah is not yet on the score sheet. This is the man who's scored a Liverpool club record 9 league goals against Tottenham. And he hit the crossbar. He set up that 3rd goal for Szoboszlai. And I know that what he'll be thinking, Clinton, is a ruthless goal scorer.
He wants a goal.
He certainly does. Long and forward from Alexander-Arnold. Again, Tottenham are stretched here. Szoboszlai gives it to Salah. Left-footed ball from him all the way across the 6-yard box. I thought Gakpo was going to latch onto that for a moment, but it's through for a goal kick.
Yeah, it is. I don't know where Tottenham's defence, they don't know whether to press high, drop off deep, and they're at 6s and 7s at the moment.
Playing it out from the back, take a short goal kick. And Spurs, who are attacking towards the south stand, the attendance has been given, which is 61,439, but they're still not all in their seats by a long chalk. I think they've decided 3-1 down. We'll just finish this before we go back out into the stadium and endure a little more. You can't fool the people, can you?
No,
I suspect the Tottenham fans will understand and recognise that today Tottenham are being beaten by a better team.
Yeah, definitely.
And here come the better team again. Alexander-Arnold looking to Salah. Cold afternoon here. Cold wind that's blowing into the stadium. Breaks down for Liverpool. Tottenham, though, still in their own left-back area with Gray and Spence, the 2 former Leeds players of last season, this time last year, both playing for Leeds United. As the 2 of them combine again, and Gray plays it up where Gravenberch concedes a foul on Maddison, so it's a free kick to Spurs halfway inside their own half. But Arne Slot pacing around down there. I mean, it's an astonishing start, isn't it? Particularly since he was taking over from Jurgen Klopp. To be able to slip into those literally enormous trainers and do what he's done this season is
superb.
It is.
It's brilliant. You feel after they lost to Forest at home, you're thinking, oh, is it going to be a season like that for Liverpool?
Yes.
But
I think the phrase "the honeymoon's over now" was
exactly
used.
But it bounced back magnificently.
But it wasn't. It was just a little break on the honeymoon.
Yeah, of course it was.
And here we are. It's English football's longest honeymoon. And he's now, if he's on his way to a 21st win out of 25, that's almost unprecedented. As Bissouma hoists it forward, Maddison heads it on, but Solanke can't get there. Van Dijk was able just allow it to bounce into his pass. However, that's given away by McAllister. Long and forward by Porro. Porro all the way out there to Son, who gets the ball down. Son taking on Alexander-Arnold. It runs to Solanke, but in the end, on the turn, he sort of shoots goalwards via a deflection, and he just caught Van Dijk there. Alisson was able to pick it up easily. It's also a huge... Is that a clump of turf? Oh no, it's a plastic bag.
I had to double check. Yeah, it was a bag. Someone's threw their litter and not found a bin, John.
I was thinking, where did that come from? So I reckon, well, somebody needs to pick it up, I would say. So it is Liverpool. I think Van Dijk's okay, isn't he? That's a concern. Liverpool don't want anything. He's one, isn't he?
Yes.
Liverpool, when we talked before the match about who Liverpool wouldn't want to lose, you'd certainly put Van Dijk in that category. As Tottenham Play it back to Forster, who clears downfield. This is 5 Live from the BBC. The World Service are with us as well here in North London just before Christmas, watching Kulusevski break down the right-hand side. Liverpool, though, quickly back in numbers, and McAllister is right in there on Kulusevski. He goes in backside first, wins the ball. Kulusevski ends up on the ground. He's the big favourite as well, Kulusevski, here, the way that he's playing this season. And McAllister just went in, won the ball, and off Liverpool going on another attack. And Kulusevski now, knowing that he's been beaten there by McAllister, he was quite clever, the Argentine, just took the ball away from him. He knew that Kulusevski was coming. Now it's out to Salah. Salah up against Spence, who got a touch on it, and Forster's able to come and gather.
He's done well, Spence, against Salah, you know. He has done well. I know Tottenham has struggled defensively, but he's actually did really well against Salah when in one-on-one positions.
Going back to Arne Slot, Clinton, and this is a great historical piece of information. It's come from Liverpool's club historian Jed Ray, who tells me with 20 wins from his first 24 matches, he was the first man to do that. 20 wins from his first 24 as Bissouma is pulled over by Szoboszlai, who is booked for that. So a free kick to Tottenham on the halfway line. Yeah, first to do that for an English top-flight club, new into management since the very first season of the Football League. So we're going back to 1888. Wow. A man called William Soudal, who was the manager of Preston North End, who won, remember, they won that Invincibles, the original Invincibles. Yes. And was also...
That's good knowledge, that is, by the way.
Well, I have to say, I have to give Jed the credit for that. But I did look him up, and he was also the man, William Soudal, who came up with the name The Football League. So that's the guy that Arne Slot is shoulder to shoulder with. So he's making his own history, this new Liverpool manager, the Dutchman from Feyenoord. 3-1 Liverpool lead. Another Tottenham attack. Sarr just peters out. McAllister got the ball back, come forward again. Liverpool strong in so many positions. Van Dijk forward towards Gravenberch. Yeah, Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton on 5 Live will want to hear from Liverpool fans again tonight. 08085 909 693. Top of the league, top of the Champions League, semi-finalists in the Carabao Cup. They'll come here again. The first leg will be here in the second midweek in January. You'll hear those on 5 Live as well. Maddison turns, pass down the line. Son's chasing this, but Gomez is going to get there comfortably first. Nice turn of pace from him as he clears it. Gravenberch now being put under pressure by Maddison, and actually Tottenham have got it back. Kulusevski through the middle, but in comes the challenge. Liverpool again on it. Robertson forward towards Gakpo. Gakpo now, he's got Diaz to his left. Tottenham defenders trying to get back. Diaz back through to Gakpo. Gakpo slips to the cross goal. It's slid goalwards by Szoboszlai and turned in by Salah. That's the fourth. Salah has got his customary goal against Tottenham. They were all over Spurs again. Once again they couldn't live with them. And when the ball falls to Salah in the 6-yard box, you know the rest. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 4, and Salah moves ahead of Erling Haaland in the Premier League goal-scoring stakes this season. 17 in all competitions, 14 in the Premier League.
I don't get Tottenham. Kulusevski's got the ball. You've got Pedro Porro, who is ahead of him. So he is out of the game. You see, Diaz plays a great ball into Gakpo. Gakpo puts it across. Archie Gray does well. You think Szoboszlai, he's unlucky, Archie Gray, because he clears it off the line, but it falls to that man Salah, and good players nowhere to be, and he taps it in. But again, Tottenham, it's their own fault again. I don't know what Porro's doing. Why are you going so high up to go and support Kulusevski and leaving your side 2-on-2 or 3-on-2 at the back? Naive defending.
Or is he carrying out orders?
Maybe he's carrying out orders, but you got to see the game when you're on the pitch, though, John. You got to see the game, regardless if it's orders or not. You can't be going that high because you're going to get punished. And this could end up getting out of hand for Tottenham. 4-1 after 55 minutes, and every time Tottenham go forward, it looks like Liverpool are going to score on the counter attack.
So Salah now is in on the act. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 4, and still a long, long way to go in this match. Well over half an hour. Salah dancing feet into the penalty area. Spence does well, comes in. In fact, Liverpool fans in that corner feel that there might have been contact on Salah, or maybe even a handball actually as it bounced up, but referee Barrett ignores that. Here's one long forward for Son to chase, but Joe Gomez, who's quietly done very well, Gomez today, does extremely well against Son there, turns, plays it past him.
He had him in the pocket, mate. Son looks like he can't run anymore, that's what it looks like.
Salah, he can run down the right-hand side. Actually, Spence can run as well, fortunately for Tottenham, and he's able to get there first, ahead of the great man. What are you thinking, Clinton, in terms of what happens with Mo Salah? I mean, none of us know. Only those who are involved know what's going on.
I think he signs a new contract. I think he signs a new contract, and I hope he signs it because it's the best news for the Premier League.
Long one forward for Liverpool again. Sobos lies away from Dragusin. He's through, he's round Forster, and he shoots wide on the fall. In the end, the angle was tight. He was off balance. Dragusin was sliding back along in front of him.
John, one pass from back to front cannot open up your centre-backs. It's nowhere near good enough. Nowhere near good enough from Tottenham. And I think they're going to make double changes at Bergvall and Johnson, but it's defensively, I know there's not a lot of bodies that they have, but I'd be looking to bring on Ndogi for sure, but the game's over now.
Well, the game's gone.
Yeah, it's not worth it then.
They're not coming back in this one. And Johnson and Bergvall waiting to come on. And it's a throw-in to Spurs, and we will see the changes now. So it's going to be Sarr's going to be the first player to come off. Ange Postecoglou stands, clapping his hands, and it's Maddison as well who makes way. So obviously Kulusevski will move into a more... Well,
I'm surprised at that, because I'd have probably took Son off. Son has had zero impact on the game. I know he's maybe the talisman, but not for me this season so far.
Yeah. So those are the first changes in the match. Bergvall, the teenager, another teenager, coming on into the action. The 18-year-old Swedish international, number 15, the blonde-haired midfielder who put in that challenge on Bayinda the other night that the Manchester United goalkeeper was so unhappy about. What did you think about that, Clint? I think I probably know the answer.
That's a goal. There was a slightest of contact. If it's given on the field, then I understand, but where it wasn't, I think it's a goal.
Yes.
And I'm glad there's no VAR anyway.
Well, that's another one. That's another conversation. As Tottenham played into Kulusevski in the box, but Van Dijk was there. Ran into Van Dijk. He was like a rock. Just bounced off him, and then Van Dijk put it behind for a corner. I was with Mark Schwarzer at Selhurst Park last night for the commentary.
He's going to say that's a foul, isn't it?
You won't be surprised.
Exactly. The goalies, they get too much protection, John. Too much.
Yeah, everyone can have their opinion.
Exactly.
Corner's taken short. Tottenham, Bergvall and Son together. Bergvall dinks it in, right-footed. That's headed down and away by Gomez, and then flicked away by Diaz, but that's given away by Szoboszlai. Could easily have scored a fifth for Liverpool just now, and Diaz almost tricked his way very cleverly past Porro. If he pulled that off, that would have been on Match of the Day tonight. Don't worry about that.
Porro should have asked to get subbed if he did pull that
off. So 4-1 Liverpool lead. They are romping it on the way to victory here at the Tottenham Stadium. And Alexander-Arnold now, it's a long pass, a low pass forward for Salah to chase. Tottenham have got Spence back with him, defenders back as well. Salah that works it almost through to Gakpo, just cut out and intercepted by Gray. And now Gray chips it out to Son. The Tottenham supporters want them to go for it, but actually Son, it just got caught up underneath his feet, and in the end Liverpool take possession back.
The reason they're frustrated is Son's got loads of space and he's not running. Go and run at him. Go and commit Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's just stopping and waiting.
Spurs with the ball inside their own half. Still over half an hour to play of this match. On 5 Live after that, once we've wrapped things up, be Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton on 08 085 909 693, taking your Christmas 606 calls. Forward from Gakpo, now Szoboszlai across, Salah's there again, and he side-foots it in. So easy for Liverpool. It's 5-1 now here, and the leaders are having a field day. Tottenham are wretched, Liverpool just playing through them. What a day for Arne Slot. Everyone said this was an unpredictable one. Well, Liverpool are making it look so simple. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 5.
Yeah, it's going to get embarrassing. You can see the stadium is emptying real quick and there's still half an hour to go. Just a simple pass. Summarised does well and Jed Spence tries to come across. It's a great little reverse ball and that man Mo Salah puts it into the empty net. But it's brilliant again from Summarised. He's been brilliant in midfield. The runs he makes from deep is fantastic. They're just carving Tottenham open, but don't be surprised if he goes and gets a match ball today, John.
Well, he's got 2 goals now, so that means that he is well clear of Erling Haaland now in the Premier League Golden Boot standings. That is 18 in all competitions, 15 in the Premier League. He's extended his club record of Liverpool league goals against Tottenham. He's got 11 of those. He's now got 12 in 16 appearances in all competitions against Tottenham. That includes the penalty in the Champions League final against them in Madrid, by the way. And I could just keep reeling out numbers.
Yeah,
I could probably keep reeling out numbers about Mo Salah till the end of time.
You could possibly do that.
Bergvall's dispossessed by McAllister. There might be more to come. Szoboszlai as well. Now it's Luis Diaz from a right angle, shoots, deflected, bounces down. Szoboszlai only half cleared away, still inside the penalty area. Gakpo, and then he runs into trouble, and Tottenham are able to clear it away. And Liverpool, with such a long time to play in this match, Bergvall now fouls Gravenberch. That's a free kick to Liverpool, middle of the Tottenham half. You know, this could become.
It could get out of hand, John.
It could get out of hand.
It could get out of hand. It could. You don't. The game's over. It was over when it was 3-1 anyway. But you don't want to keep opening and committing and getting your fullbacks. Just stay nice and tucked in now. If you're Jed Spence and Pedro Porro, and try not to concede another goal because the game's gone. It's gone. But you don't want it to get embarrassing.
I think losing 5-1 at home
is embarrassing. But it could get even more embarrassing.
It surely could. And the Liverpool fans are absolutely lapping this up. There are black seats appearing around the stadium. I mean, still the vast majority, just to make it clear, are still staying on to watch this, but the Liverpool supporters in great voice. Top of the table, Alexander-Arnold shoots from distance and Forster had to dive to his right to keep that out. That had a bend on it that really could have caught Forster out. Had to make the save.
Yeah, it was a brilliant strike from Trent Alexander-Arnold. It must have had swerve, whip and dip because he didn't make a meal of it, but it's a good save from Fraser Forster.
Corner to Liverpool from the left-hand side. I'm in danger of running out of paper here as well, Clinton. Such is Liverpool's dominance. Alexander-Arnold walks across to take this corner, which comes back to McAllister, who curls it in. Now Van Dijk heads it across. Gakpo's in there, Forster with a touch, and then the shot on the fall from Diaz, but he shot down into the ground and it bounced up, and Forster was able to gratefully grab it to his left.
For the life of me, I don't understand why he's not shot. But I mean, headed it in, Van Dijk. He's trying to give it to Diaz or Gakpo to have a tap in. He has to be ruthless and just head that in. Another opportunity. Every time Liverpool go forward, John, they look like they're going to score.
Bergvall as Tottenham vainly come forward. Porro chips it up towards the edge of the area. Solanke heads it down, but Van Dijk's there, having been in the penalty area at one end a moment ago, trying to set up a goal there. He just very calmly steps into the right place, plays it back to Alisson, and then McAllister is in tight, but Kulusevski's done well. Kulusevski a weaving run into the box, but Van Dijk is able to again just step in and block it behind for a Tottenham corner.
Yeah, he's been the one, Kulusevski, the one that the Spurs have relied on over the last month or so, and he's still the one that's keep pushing and pushing.
Corner for Spurs. And then Porro with a delivery that is headed away by Gakpo, comes out to Bergvall, and then shouts for handball against Alexander-Arnold. Tottenham in possession, referee Barrett says play on. Kulusevski to Porro, and Porro plays it, blasts it into the side of Robertson, and it bounces behind for another Tottenham corner. Liverpool's biggest league win at Tottenham was 5-0, so it's not quite that yet, winning by a 5-goal advantage. Porro with the corner, hits Dragusin, bounces down to Kulusevski. Kulusevski plays it across the box, but there were two men in front of him. Alexander-Arnold then quickly, long pass away. Liverpool are on the break with Diaz and Salah, and Salah, it was just prevented from reaching him by a stretch and a header away by Spence. Bergvall through, now Porro flicks it out to the right hand side. Kulusevski has got some space now, but Liverpool's suddenly back in numbers. Kulusevski works it across, hits Solanke on the turn, cleared by Gomez. Excellent defending from him. Still Spurs with it in the D, played back to Bergvall, and then Bergvall goes back to Archie Gray, who's nearer to the centre circle. Bergvall finds Porro on the right. This is a rare, and for the home supporters, a welcome period of pressure on the Liverpool defence.
Yeah, it is. They still look so open, though, don't they, John? Every time they go forward. But you're right. It is something. At least they give us something for the fans to cheer about.
Porro to take this throw, which he does, and then Porro gets it back, gives it to Kulusevski on his left foot, beats McAllister, and then shoots, and it hits Van Dijk, and then at the far post, Alexander-Arnold turns it behind.
Son should be in there at the back post. He's there hanging out on the edge. You have to be looking off that back post. You've got to tap him, but it's that man Kulusevski again.
Corner to Spurs from the left-hand side now. Still got a quarter of the match to play here, and already 5-1 Liverpool. In comes the corner, punched away by Alisson. It's dangerously swung in by Son, but he wasn't going to do it by Inda. Alisson, he came strongly and punched for it, and then Son's in an offside position as Liverpool have a free kick, and Arne Slot's going to make his first couple of changes. Clinton 5-1 up, and Diogo Jota's coming on.
Yeah, and Curtis Jones as well for McAllister. Oh wow. That's the squad in depth that they have.
And Gakpo is off. He's been involved, Gakpo, but not on the score sheet. He's been involved in the goals. So Jota is on for him, and it is McAllister who is the other Liverpool player who is coming off. He is on the score sheet. McAllister got the second. For the record, one for Diaz, one for McAllister, one for Szoboszlai, and two for Mo Salah. And there's that is significant as well, Clinton, on the Liverpool all-time, and I mean all-time, I'm not talking about going back to 1992 here. On the all-time goal-scoring list for Liverpool, Mo Salah, with those two, has gone into fourth place on his own, and he's gone above the great Billy Liddell. So Salah is now 229, so he only has Ian Rush, Roger Hunt, Sir Roger Hunt.
How much has Ian Rush got?
Ian Rush has got 346.
I don't think he stays at the club that long to beat Ian Rush's record. But he's in some good... Most of them are all number 9s, I think.
And Gordon Hodgson was is the man who is in third place on that list. But to be ahead of Billy Liddell,
ridiculous,
as it's played forward
in the position he plays, John, as well.
Yeah,
he's not a number 9, a centre forward. He plays on that right hand side. I know he stays up the field, but he's just breathtaking, and he's missed quite a few penalties as well.
Yes. So 229 goals for Mo Salah now. But you're right, he's not going to catch Ian Rush. They'd have to give him a 5-year contract, which I don't think they are going to do. As Johnson then plays it infield, Porro's pass. I think Liverpool actually have probably just finally, at 5-1 up,
took the foot off the pedal.
Have just finally taken their foot off the pedal. But that is to be ahead of. They're all legendary figures of Liverpool, but Billy Liddell was such an important figure for Liverpool. They used to call them Littlepool when he was playing for them.
That's how crucial he was.
Yeah, but this man's crucial as well, isn't he?
He is.
5-1 Liverpool lead. 5 live in the World Service. Jota now, his first involvement. Dragusin is able to be strong enough against him to win the ball back, and then plays it back to Archie Gray. But, and let's not overlook the fact that Tottenham have got lots of absentees, and crucially, as well as Romero and Van der Ven, there's Ben Davis as well from central defence. Bentancur is important for them.
Yes.
But even so, I'm not sure anyone could have lived with Liverpool today.
No, you're right. I don't think even with their strongest team they could. There's many teams that have tried, but yeah, it's been a struggle for Tottenham. But you're right. They've got loads of players missing, and everyone could say it's not making an excuse. It's not an excuse because these are crucial players to Tottenham.
But with a performance and a result like this, Liverpool are just strengthening all of the time, not just their actual position, and this will take them 4 points clear of Chelsea again at the top of the table. But I think as well, psychologically, when the other teams see Liverpool playing like this against Tottenham, who'd rediscovered confidence with the 2 wins that they've had in the last week. And also, what about the League Cup semi-final between these two? As Robertson plays the ball forward, that Spence is going to head away, and then Bissouma just keeps his feet. Bissouma, then square to Bergvall. Groans from the home supporters. There were 4 options ahead of him, but he went square, the young Swede. Now Porro on the right-hand side, way down below us, and Bergvall will play it back towards the halfway line. And Tottenham just keeping possession. They'll be very grateful for that. As Spence's pass forward actually loses possession, and now Alexander-Arnold with it ball forward that was looking for Salah, who was right on the shoulder of Spence, but he was able to cut it out. So Kulusevski now. Kulusevski to Solanke on the edge of the area. Solanke chips it over the top. Kulusevski on the left foot to score a second goal for Tottenham. That was a wonderfully worked goal. What a ball from Solanke into the path of the volleying Kulusevski past Alisson, and it's Tottenham 2, Liverpool 5 now.
You know, when I came here today, I said to my friend, I said I'm coming to the game. I said this game could be 6-3. I did honestly say, I said there'll be goals there, because one thing about it, both teams score goals and one team concedes a lot of goals, but it's a brilliant goal. And he's probably been Tottenham's best player, Kulusevski, but the little ball from Dominic Solanke is outstanding, and the finish from Kulusevski is absolutely first class.
Well, I was listening on Friday night when you were on with Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
And I do believe you said that this would be the highest scorer.
Yes, I did say it. I called it. I did.
So that's another one. That's 7 goals now we've seen. So this is the 3rd consecutive match here that has had 7 goals in it. And that one scored by Kulusevski with, well, we've still got 20 minutes to play. So you are potentially 2 goals away from your 6-3, aren't you? And Tottenham have possession again on the edge of their own penalty area. Liverpool, incidentally, with the 5 goals that they've scored here, have now got 36 in total in the Premier League this season. But they're not the top scorers in the Premier League this season, are they, Clinton? Because that is Tottenham Hotspur.
Yes.
Who have now overtaken Chelsea. So they've got 38 goals in the league this season. Kulusevski takes a throw down the line, but the referee says that he wants it taken again, which they do. And suddenly again, the Tottenham fans, the roller coaster again. Spurs fans are thinking, well, if we get another one. As Spence has it on the left, and they're having their best period of the game here, we should say. Spence onto this ball. No, actually, Szoboszlai is in on the slide, and it bounces behind, and it is a corner. It's a corner. So Son goes over there, and everyone down in that corner, they're waving their flags and scarves, and they're saying, come on, Son, score again, direct from the corner, just like you did the other night.
Difference is Alisson's in goal.
Yeah, it's a more difficult prospect.
Exactly.
However, it is a little bit windy.
It is.
So here he comes, Son from the corner, headed away though by Diogo Jota. It's bounced over the line. Son fields it as it bounces up with his gloved hands on, takes the throw himself. The score, if you've just switched on and you haven't heard, you might be doing other things today. Tottenham 2, Liverpool 5 is the score, and still 15 minutes and more for further goals to add to this. Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton waiting for your calls if you've been at any of the other matches today. 08085 909 693. Dragusin with a long pass, but that will just bounce through for a goal kick. And in those other matches, Everton 0, Chelsea 0, Fulham 0, Southampton 0, Leicester 0, Wolves 3. We've already heard from Vitor Pereira this afternoon on the programme. Also, big scoreline at Old Trafford. Manchester United 0, Bournemouth 3. It finished 0-0 in the Dundee United-Celtic match as well. Celtic dropping points in the Premiership for only the second time this season. Jed Spence on a run through towards the edge of the box. Solanke tries to give it back to him. Kulusevski with a header, but that's cleared away by Gomez towards the halfway line, where Archie Gray gets his head to it, but then it's headed forward by Jota. Salah, one simple ball over the top. Luis Diaz is under this. Fraser Forster comes out. Luis Diaz lifts it over him, and it lands on the roof of the net. And Diaz puts his hands on his head. Quick hesitation from Forster nearly cost him there.
Once you go, you just got to keep coming, John. He stops and he hesitates. I think if he goes the first time, I think he can get the opportunity, but once he don't come, he's in no man's land. But Diaz will be disappointed, because once he gets in there, he does lift it over him, but it just hits the roof of the net. But another good break.
Well, the Tottenham supporters have... Oh, that's an awful pass from Dragusin, out of play behind Spence, just when Tottenham were turning up the volume.
Fair play to these fans. They're still sticking with the players at 5-2, because it could have got a bit nasty in here. Do you know what I mean, John?
Yeah. Also, by the way, Hearts won 2-1 against St Johnstone, so Hearts up to 10th. St Johnstone are now bottom, and West Brom 7th in the Championship after their 2-0 win against Bristol City. So all calls on all of those will be very welcome for Robbie and Chris later on 08 085 909 693. Liverpool with Gravenberch. Little ball between Bergvall and Son from Szoboszlai. Then the cross from the right from Alexander-Arnold. Bergvall is in danger of being dispossessed. He has lost it. Salah just outside the Tottenham area. This Jota back to Szoboszlai, but Kulusevski is in there uncompromisingly, and Kulusevski strong, comes out with the ball against Jota, carrying it downfield, and then holds off Jota again and wins the free kick. And Jota does that thing that all footballers all over the world do, stops in his tracks, sort of bends half down, puts his hands up on his head.
Goes, really? Me? Was it a pass?
What? What? How? That? But it's a free kick. He shoved him over, although he was looking for it, Kulusevski. But that's good from Kulusevski. It's a bit of spirit, isn't it? It's a bit of something.
He's good. I like him. I think he's a top player.
Yeah. Free kick then for the Tottenham. Pedro Porro to take this into the edge of the box. Attempted flick on by Solanke, but it actually bounces out to Robertson, who's able to clear it. And then back to Robertson, who passes it forward. And yes, remember, they've got to play each other in the Carabao Cup semi-final, the two-legged semi-final, with the second leg at Anfield. Here's Diaz infield. Jota then runs into Bergvall. He slipped the ball past him, and then he was blocked, and that's a yellow card as well for the teenager, so a yellow card.
He struggled a bit, Bergvall, since in the last few games, and I know he's still young, so I'm not going to be too critical of him because he hasn't played a lot of football, but every time I've seen him recently, he has struggled quite a bit, and that's hard because you're not playing enough football matches and trying to get to the pace of the Premier League, but he is a talent.
5-2 to Liverpool. And here's Curtis Jones, the substitute who was sent off here. Both Jones and Jota sent off here last season, both over the top. Dragusin's able to head that away, got up high, hung in the air. Jota, though, plays it back out to the right. Alexander-Arnold in, and a stretch by Szoboszlai, throwing himself at it, but could only head it up and over and wide and behind, and it is a goal kick. Clinton Morrison.
Yeah, it's another great ball from Trent on the right hand side. He just gets half a yard and he doesn't hesitate to whip a great ball. Szoboszlai, on another day, John could have had a hat-trick. He's missed some big chances, but that one was hard. He was always stretching.
Yes, he could. And my mind as well goes back to that match here last season when Liverpool felt so wronged, didn't they, by so many things that happened in this stadium. You can bet, as Tottenham lose it again, Bissouma, Jota is onto this, gives it to Salah, Alexander-Arnold into the box, ball across, deflected, and Forster there had to change direction in the air to claw it around the near post, away and around the post, behind for a corner.
They've not been. Basuma has got to be better on the ball. As much as he does all the hard work of winning the ball back, have to be able to find a pass. But it's brilliant break again. But good save from Fraser Forster because it was a deflection. It was going to loop over it.
The chances that Liverpool have created in this, they've scored 5 goals.
And they could have had about 10 or 12. No word of a lie.
I wonder what this attempt, what the number of attempts actually is for Liverpool in this match. We'll try and find that for you, but it's got to be 20.
Yeah, it's got to be high.
Corner then for Liverpool into the near post. Bergvall is heading it out, but it's coming to Szoboszlai, who shoots into the penalty. Hit Van Dijk, then the ball across again from Szoboszlai, and Bissouma is able to clear that in the 6-yard box, and Spurs have been able to scramble it away. There's another 2 attempts from them to add to the list, as Kulusevski is then fouled again by Diaz, who wisely gets himself away from the scene of this, and Spurs are going to bring on another substitute in the place of Timo Werner. Well, and it is Son who's coming off, Clinton.
Yeah, it is Son. He's had a disappointing day, Son. They need him to get back to his best, because if he's back on his best, because Son is a top player, then Tottenham 9 times out of 10 will be successful.
It's a little surprising, wasn't it, what Ange Postecoglou said about Werner, was it?
Yeah,
or was it after the Rangers game?
He has been frustrated. I was surprised though, because he could have probably called out numerous players, but he probably was the one that he looked at and thought he struggled the most.
5-2 to Liverpool, who are going to extend their lead at the top of the Premier League, unless Tottenham can produce something quite extraordinary. Werner, here's Bergvall, this is all on the left. Bergvall's ball high into the penalty area, headed across by Solanke, scores! Left foot, edge of the 6-yard box.
Oh wow.
And Spurs have now made it 5-3 to Liverpool. The comeback is on.
Let me tell you, that finish from Dominic Solanke is first class, John. It's the most difficult. It's good play on the left-hand side, but Brennan Johnson does well, beats Robertson in the air. But the finish from Solanke is outstanding, because he's stretching. He has to get in front of Van Dijk, and he does that. It's a great finish. Yeah, it's a great finish from Solanke on the half volley. Unbelievable finish. No, I'm not saying the comeback's on, because it's not on, but it's good for Tottenham fans.
So Dominic Solanke, he reaches double figures in his first season as a Tottenham player.
Good signing. We all knew he'd be a good signing. Took him time to get his first goal at Tottenham, but he does more than that. He links the play, he works ever so hard for the team.
So it's Tottenham 3, Liverpool 5. And now Liverpool attacking again. And Diaz with a chance. That's the save by Forster. Full length to his left. Comes out to Gravenberg. Gravenberg closed down by Bergvall. And then Alexander-Arnold back to Salah, back to Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold's ball in. Jota was underneath it and heads it straight up in the air. But he was in the middle of the goal, 8 yards out.
Yeah, good chance, but it's just too high for him. But it's the Diaz one where it's a good save from Fraser Forster. I need one more goal, John, for the 6-3. I need one more.
Yeah, too. Yeah. I could see it going 6-3 and then actually going more.
Yeah. Why does it have to end?
Yeah, and trying to catch up with the numbers of how many attempts on. I think it's actually impossible, because every attack, the number of attempts on goal is changing. Darwin Núñez is going to come on for Liverpool. Well, if ever there was a man to come on in a match where chances are being created every time a team comes forward, Darwin Núñez, see if he can get in on the act. But
Tottenham are the most entertaining team in the Premier League, John. I'm going to ask to come to every game here this season, because you're just guaranteed to see goals.
If you come here and you see a poor match, you are really unlucky.
Exactly.
Tottenham playing it forward towards Solanke, but Liverpool, Van Dijk was able to clear that. Now it's down the left-hand side with Diaz. Diogo Jota's onto this. Salah's absolutely desperate to get it. Szoboszlai does eventually give it to Salah. Back now to Diaz. Shoots across goal and in! It's 6-3! Goodness me, what a game this is! This is the home of entertainment. And Liverpool now 6-3 up. And Diaz scoring across Fraser Forster and into the far corner. That's his second goal of the match. And Liverpool have now snuffed out whatever prospect there was of some crazy Tottenham comeback. And we have that scoreline of Tottenham 3, Liverpool 6.
Yeah, you just upset Liverpool and then they just turn it on again. They were like, we took the foot off the pedal, and then brilliant play. Salah sees Diaz, a great little reverse ball, probably the end for Diaz and Salah now, and a great finish from Diaz into that bottom corner. There's my 6-3, John, and there we have it.
That's it. There will not be a hat-trick for Mo Salah. The boos from the Liverpool supporters that Salah is coming off, and it is Diaz as well, as you said. Diaz and Salah, who've just combined for goal number 6, and the other man who is coming on for Liverpool is Harvey Elliott, who's missed so much of this season, so any game time that he can get. I think he might have been in Lee Carsley's England squads actually this autumn, had he been fit.
Yeah, he's a good player, good young player. Had some bad injuries at Liverpool. Hopefully he can get a run of games now. Yeah. It's going to be hard to get into this 11, but he's a good player that you can bring off the bench.
Yeah, it was a foot injury that's kept him out for a large part of this season, so this is only his 6th appearance for Harvey Elliott. Tottenham breaking away down the left-hand side with Werner. Might be more goals yet. Werner's ball across. Kulusevski flicks it on with his head along the edge of the box, and then it was actually played by Brennan Johnson behind Porro, so it's over here on the right-hand side again. It's a match that you just don't want to end, is it? Kulusevski, Porro now into the area, Solanke. Johnson with a shot goal. Good save, Alisson. One-handed down to his right. That was sharp. That was bang on target from Johnson. That could have been 6-4. And now Spence back to the left-hand side. In comes the cross to the back post, and Robertson was underneath that to head it out of play for a throw into Tottenham.
John, that's a great save from Alisson. It's good play. Tottenham going forward are fine, John. You don't need to worry about them, but the save from Alisson's outstanding from Johnson.
Here's Kulusevski again on the right-hand side. Change of feet from him. Chips it across, but Van Dijk was there at the near post, and it is allowed to bounce out of play for another Tottenham corner. This is doing damage to Liverpool's defensive record this season. Here's Bergvall. Bergvall swinging it into the back post. Dragusin was there. It was just touch-headed away by Gomez. Comes out again for Werner. Werner in the other full-back position. In comes the cross. That's stabbed away by Robertson. And Jota gives it away. And Bergvall now. Lots of white shirts. Oh, and Bergvall couldn't find the pass. Overhit it. He's trying to give it to his right to Porro, and just put too much on it. Goal kick.
Yeah, he telegraphed it, Bergvall. He should have just... Everyone knew what he wanted to do because he was waiting. Just go and commit the Liverpool player, and if they don't go to Pedro Porro, you get your shot away. So disappointing, but another great game of football that I've watched.
I'm still trying to keep up with the notes here. I've just about got to 5-2 because I'm making the notes. Here's Jota on the halfway line. It is 6-3 now. That's the score to Liverpool. And Darwin Núñez into the penalty area on the left-hand side. And Darwin Núñez waits and plays it across, hits the legs of Dragusin, who raced after it, kept it in on the goal line. And then Pedro Porro is there to just chip it away to the halfway line again. Absolutely crazy this, isn't it? 6-3. So the way that the scoring went in this match, 1-0 Liverpool, 2-0 Liverpool, then 2-1 with the Morrison goal just before half-time, then 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, then 5-2, 5-3, and then finally that goal from Diaz to make it 6-3. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the second set.
Exactly.
Here's Szoboszlai down the line. Szoboszlai right-footed and across all the way to Elliott, who takes that down. Elliott was challenged by Werner. That's what Ange Postecoglou wants from him, doesn't it? To get back and work so hard. We're in the 90th minute now. We'll bring you the live interviews, by the way, during the course of 606, so listen out for that. Oh, the ball steered out of play by Jota. Throw into Tottenham. Yep, the managers will be on live during the course of 606 on 5 Live. And tomorrow night, Theo Walcott will be joining Kelly Cates, actually, with the Monday Night Club, because, of course, Mark Chapman was in Saudi Arabia last night. If you want to listen back to the fight, by the way, you can go back on Sounds and listen again to how it sounded on 5 Live last night. And on the subject of things to listen to, as we move into 5 minutes of added time, I couldn't help but notice that this morning on Desert Island Discs it featured another former Crystal Palace legend, Clinton. The former England manager Gareth Southgate was on Desert Island Discs this morning, which I'm...
it's gone quiet, Gareth, doesn't it?
Well,
hopefully he gets a job soon.
He wasn't, I would imagine. I wasn't able to hear it actually this morning. I was busy preparing for today, but I thought I'm going to leave that and listen to it over Christmas.
Yes.
But you can go back, listen to that, look for it in the Radio 4 schedules, 10 o'clock. It was on this morning, so go into the stations and schedules at the top of the BBC Sounds app, and then you'll search for it there and find Gareth Southgate on Desert Island Discs. As Robertson plays the ball away, it's straight to Porro, and then Porro blasts a ball into Bergvall. That gave him no chance, and then Bergvall tugs back Jones, and that's a free kick. And Bergvall's just got to be careful there on a yellow card.
Yeah, you can't pull back there. I was very surprised there, because usually that's an instant yellow card.
So 6-3, one of the craziest games of the season. But the thing is, though, Liverpool, despite the Tottenham comeback, despite the Tottenham 3 goals, Liverpool were always going to win this, weren't they?
Yeah, they were always going to win it. They're the superior team. They've got their full strength side out. Tottenham haven't, but it's just crazy. When you come to Tottenham Stadium, you know there's going to be goals. Not just 1 or 2, John.
Yeah. Well, now quite a number of the people who are inside the stadium have left and headed off into the London night. Johnson, though, crossing from the right-hand side, but then it's volleyed away downfield by Darwin Núñez, and Tottenham have it again in the centre circle. Yeah, and what about the Tottenham approach then? I know Chris and Robbie will talk about this, and Tottenham fans will call in, and it's a recurring debate, isn't it, about Ange Postecoglou and Tottenham's approach?
Yeah, it is. I just think naive, but then I can't. The manager might be telling them to do it, but as a group of players, when I'm crossed that white line, 2 minutes to go, at 2-1 down when we've got into the game, I'm not going everyone forward. I'm not going on. I'm saying just stay in here for a bit and let us get in at half-time where it's 2-1. The third goal really killed the game for Tottenham.
Like I say, this is an 8th Premier League defeat of the season for Tottenham. They're going to be in the bottom half, just like Manchester United at Christmas. As this next Tottenham attack breaks down and Liverpool have got it. And we've had 2 minutes of the 5 that have been indicated. So 5 minutes of added time to be played, and we'll be wrapping everything up, and then it will be 6:06 with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton on 5 Live. I would imagine people might be listening and wrapping everything up as well. Here's Robertson to Darwin Núñez on the left-hand side. 2 Tottenham players come across, Szoboszlai, and then Liverpool back to the halfway line again. And if Tottenham fans are listening, and if you know a Tottenham fan and you're after a late Christmas present, I must recommend David Pleat's book, Just One More Goal, which I'm about 3/4 of the way through, and I'm thoroughly enjoying. If you remember David's time as the Tottenham manager, it's well worth it. I think any Tottenham fan, probably of a certain age, will really enjoy it. Tottenham 3, Liverpool 6. Robertson forward towards Jones, and in comes Porro to win it back. Kulusevski's not giving it up. Tottenham aren't giving it up. Forward from Johnson, but that was overhit from him. Liverpool have it again, and now it's been brought forward by Gravenberch through to Elliott with the outside of his boot to Szoboszlai. There's space out here for Szoboszlai. Porro again downfield and overcomes the ball, and Archie Gray gets his head to it to nod it on the stretch over the top of his own crossbar for a Liverpool corner.
Yeah, another good play.
They're
so open, Tottenham. Every time Liverpool go forward, you just look like they're going to score a goal, and they'll probably be disappointed they've only come away with 6. But to score 6 goals away from home is brilliant again from Liverpool.
Yeah, I would tell you how many attempts there have been on goal from Liverpool, but I think the computer's exploded. So a corner, perhaps a final corner. We are in the 5th and final minute of added time. Liverpool take it short, and then rather naively, Harvey Elliott gets it back, having taken the corner in an offside position. So it's a free kick to Tottenham, and I think that will probably be it. But that, 8 defeats in the Premier League. Last season they didn't lose 8 in the league until April.
Yeah, it's not good enough, especially where they want to finish in the top 4 as well, John.
But for Liverpool, it's a mammoth victory. A really impressive win here in the Tottenham Stadium by a crazy scoreline of 6-3. But in the first half particularly, they were very, very good. And Arne Slot's Liverpool just get better and better, it would seem. They are top of the table, they'll be top at Christmas, they're 4 points clear again, and they continue with just the one defeat in all competitions under their new manager. And at times in the first half, I think they possibly played their best football so far under Slot.
Yeah, they did. The 1 and 2 touches from midfield to the front, I thought they were outstanding. Slobosly in midfield, probably one of the best games I've seen. The way he can just make that run in behind, his finishing ability, where he can get his head up. I thought it was a professional performance from Liverpool, but you're right. In that first half, breathtaking.
So for the record, 2 goals from Diaz, 1 from McAllister, 1 from Szoboszlai, and 2 goals from Mo Salah as he went to the top of the Golden Boot standings for this season, but also moved into 4th place on his own in the list of Liverpool all-time goal scorers, ahead of Billy Liddell. And the 3 Tottenham goals from Maddison, Kulusevski and Solanke. But really, Liverpool have handed out a lesson to Ange Postecoglou and Tottenham Hotspur here today. Another great day for them in their season, their excellent season. And it's finished here, Tottenham 3, Liverpool 6.
Extraordinary, that, Clinton. I can't think of another word. An extraordinary 90 minutes.
Ridiculous. You always get it here when you
ridiculous
come to
is another one, yeah.
Yeah, when you come to this stadium, it's always ridiculous. It's unbelievable game of football. I can't believe what I've watched, but yeah, did I come here expecting goals? Of course I did. And did I expect Liverpool to win? Yeah, I did expect them to win because they're just in breathtaking form at the moment. The only thing they'll be disappointed in is conceding 3 goals, but Tottenham can score goals. We know that. It's just defensively, it's a bit of a struggle for Tottenham at the moment.
The problem is, Clinton, I guess, that anybody could have seen on paper exactly the areas for Tottenham that would make it difficult for them against Liverpool. And yet, I suppose some people will look at the way Ange Postecoglou set them up and his approach to the game and think, well, you've not adapted at all to the opposition, even with the injuries, even with the issues at the back. You've basically put your players out there not thinking about what the opposition can do to you, and look what's happened.
Yeah, but he's not going to change. He said that many a times. It's his way. That's what he believes in. And do I think it's the right way? Sometimes no. I do when you're playing maybe the lesser teams, but not when you're playing the big teams like Liverpool. You can't be open because you will get exploited, and that's what happened with Tottenham today. As I said, that the 3rd goal, Crossy, before half-time, that was the crucial goal. It's naive. It was naive from Dragusin and naive from the whole team. Surely you just sit in for 2 minutes, get to half-time, it's a different team talk, but that's how they want to play, and that's why they're the most entertaining team in the Premier League. You're going to get ups and you're going to get downs, but at the moment it is a down, and they're in the bottom half of the table. He says that Tottenham should be challenging to finish in that top 4. At the moment, with all the injuries they got, they're miles off that.
And look, I know, Clinton, that the thing that is sometimes thrown at Tottenham fans is, but you said you wanted entertaining football and that kind of thing. Spurs fans are allowed to want entertaining football and also think it's unacceptable to be 11th. Like, they're allowed to do those 2 things.
Of course they are. Other teams that play entertaining football, and they're near the top half of the table. You look at someone like a Chelsea who are playing entertaining football, and they're in the top 4 at the moment. So yeah, of course you're allowed to have entertaining football, but you have to get it right. And first and foremost, you have to get it right by defending in numbers and defending well as a unit and being nice and solid and having leaders. I'm looking at Tottenham and I'm thinking, who are the leaders to say, get in here? There's a couple minutes to go. I don't really see that in the Tottenham team at the moment. As I said, Ange can set the team out however you want, Crossy, and your players, you have to stick to what the manager wants to do. But when you're across that white line, the pitch is totally different, and you can see what you see on the pitch, and they should be doing better.
This is a serious question, John, with a not particularly serious start. I don't know if either of you seen, but Michael Spicer, the great Michael Spicer, comedian, he sort of did an Ange Postecoglou sketch on social media the other day, whereby it's Ange Postecoglou is on MasterChef, and he's been told to make a chicken pie, but he says, I only make Victoria sponges, that's just my way. And it doesn't sound funny when I say it, but it is funny. But the point is, it is becoming a bit of a joke, that. And that's quite dangerous, isn't it?
Well, I'm afraid it's a bit like economics, isn't it? It is leading to boom bust, and that in economics is not a good thing, is it? And it's the same thing for Tottenham. So now they've scored 39 goals this season in the Premier League, but they've now let in, how many is it? 25.
Yeah.
They've let in 25. And as I say, it's led to 8 Premier League defeats. And if you're losing 8 matches, then your stated ambition of being in the Champions League, I mean, that's blown away by Christmas. They're going to do exceptionally well because one presumes that, in the words of Ange Postecoglou, they're not going to change. Therefore, they're going to lose more games as well as win lots of games excitingly. So that's where they are.
Equally, Clinton, even though Spurs didn't necessarily look like a team who were going to do a great job of resisting Liverpool, there were parts of Liverpool that were irresistible today.
Oh, definitely. As I say, from midfield, Summerised, McAllister, Gravenberch, I think Diaz is an exceptional player. This is the Diaz that we know. He went off a bit and then now he's come back. I think he's outstanding. Salah, his numbers are getting better and better. Top of the Premier League goal scoring charts now. And Gakpo, they're a threat. You can bring on the likes of Jota and Nunes. But when Liverpool are pairing like this, it's a joy to be here and watching them play 1 and 2 touch. Because let's be honest, Crossy, it was 6. It could have been 10. And no word of a lie, they created some big chances and missed some big chances as well.
Did you ever actually find out how many attempts that they had on goal, Steve? And while you have a look for that, I'm thinking that at times today, and believing your own publicity obviously can be a bad thing.
Yep.
But I think they look like a team today that now believes their own publicity. Everyone said what a good team they are now. And they've got that swagger, they've got the confidence that comes from what is now a 21-match unbeaten run this season. The fact they've only lost once, still unbeaten away from home and winning regularly away from home. And they had a little bit of something else today, I felt.
24 shots, 12 on target, John.
Very good. Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me.
There's Toulouse now. And I know we're not yet at the halfway point of the season, but obviously you do put a lot of stock, John, in who's top at Christmas. So,
well,
is it there's Toulouse? Can we say that, or is it too early to say that, even though they've been this good?
In the last 7 seasons, when Liverpool have been top of the table at Christmas, do you know, Steve, how many times they've won the league?
I believe it's once, isn't it?
Once.
Yes.
That's right.
No,
Although I was also told today that the last 5 times that Chelsea have been top of the table at Christmas, they have won the league.
Really?
And in the last 2 seasons, Arsenal were top at Christmas, but didn't win the league. So what can you read into that?
That sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't, and ultimately
Correct
that means
answer.
It's not that important. Yeah. No, I'm with you. Thank you both. Have a great Christmas.